How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to episode 15 of the HR Office Podcast live here on Twitch. And if you're watching this on YouTube, on youtube.com/artistreset. As always, I'm your host, Greg, and I'm joined here by a very tired, but actually here this time, May. Say hello.
Hello.
And we're also joined here by I would assume, also tired. I think we're all tired. It's perpetual tiredness. But, very tired, but also present, Mira. Say hello. That sounds like a regular bomb instead of a tired bomb. Of course, I don't know what a tired bomb would sound like anyway. Probably just more half-assed. Like
it's just a whisper.
It's more like a bomb. Yeah, come on, let's get this shit going. Fuck daylight savings time. It's always this daylight savings time that fucks me up the most because you lose an hour of sleep. You know, it's lighter. See, it's light outside for longer, and you're just like, God damn it!
This might be the last time we have to do it, though.
I know, true, but it sucks that it's the springing forward is the last one that we might have to do, not the fall back. Which I love fall back because you get the extra hour of sleep and all that fun stuff. May, what do you think about springing forward?
You get used to it.
You get used to it.
It's better than falling back. Actually springing forward.
Really, babe? Are you fucking serious right now? I was like, for a second, I was like,
we're all tired. I gotta do something.
You gotta do something. Well, we gotta raise the excitement here, and I figure we're going to lead off with should just only fall back. Yeah, we keep gaining an hour. So all of a sudden, like, nighttime's in the middle of the day. God, that'd be weird. Can you imagine if we just kept falling backwards an hour?
That's such a Night Vale thing.
It really is, and that ties into something later. No, but before we get to Night Vale, before we get to you recapping the FGO event, let's talk about something really exciting. Let's talk about that Critical Role campaign Kickstarter that as of right now, because I saw that you pulled it up. Oh no, I exited out. Shit! It's past 6.5 million, right?
It's like 6.8 million. Last I checked. Just go to the link was right there.
Kickstarter. There we go. The Legend of Vox Machina special animated series now. We're almost at $6.9 million.
6.9.
Hey, we're almost at 69. Damn straight. Yeah. So. Holy fucking shit. So they put this thing out. They were going to do an animated special for Vox Machina, which is now turned into a series. And we have at least the first 2 episodes of the Briarwood arc. And once we hit whatever this mysterious tier, because we don't know what
because the next one is 7.5 million.
But it hit 7.5 million for the continuation, and then you got to hit another one to figure out what
I'm going to assume it's 10.
You're going to assume it's 10. It could be 10. Who knows? But yeah, this thing's a fucking series now. Originally it was going to be just like an animated special, and then now it's just a big old animated series. Babe, how excited are you for this? You gotta say actual words. Like, if people are listening to this as a podcast, they can't register that this is a thing. This is a thing. So how? Well, I mean, I kind of knew that they were going to be doing a Kickstarter for something, but I didn't know what it was. And then the Kickstarter happened, and they destroyed. They destroyed like records after records after records. It's now the most funded. TV series, which it was. That was originally for Mystery Science Theater, which before that was for the... Oh, God. What was it?
Don't ask me.
The Veronica Mars movie had the record. Then Mystery Science Theater 3000 reboot had it. And then now it's Critical Role that has it. Critical Role is like...
I forgot the Veronica Mars thing was a thing.
I never watched it. I never
did either, but I knew of it.
Never cared, honestly. I know people. All the very active Veronica Mars fandom is gonna spam this and say, "How fucking dare you?" But yeah,
which will just be like, "Nice to meet you," like 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, right, man. Is what year is it? 2000. I fucked up my own joke. Anyway. So
Lol.
Yeah, so they have Titmouse animating it, which they've done Metalocalypse. They have that show Big Mouth. I forgot that they did Venture Bros, which I always liked Venture Bros. Venture Bros was always wild and funny, and I always thoroughly enjoyed it. So they have...
real quick, a friend of mine told me that they have a friend that works with Titmouse.
Really?
Like, they were involved with Big Mouth.
That's fucking wild.
Because I shared it and they commented and they're like, oh my god, I have a friend that works with Titmouse. I was just like, wait.
You're like, hold the fuck up for a moment. So yeah, it's just
I'm gonna have to ask him if they're involved with this.
So I guess this is just proof that Dungeons and Dragons is cool. I guess now.
You know, you've hit it big when DeFranco talks about you.
When
for
Phil
like 2 or 3
DeFranco
days.
talks about you at least twice. Because he
Today
had
and
the
Awesome.
campaign in Today and Awesome, and then he had a whole story about it like 2 days later, which was fucking insane. But I'm going to put it over to May over here because I got a unique question. You're someone who you're not much of a D&D person. You haven't watched any Critical Role for multiple reasons, partially because you're not that much into D&D, but also you don't have the time and stuff like that. Finding out now that there's this new series about Critical Role, would you ever consider watching a series like this?
Maybe. Depends on if it interests me enough. The plot is...
You would want to see more to make sure.
I'd have to read the summary, and if the summary intrigues me, because I'm that person that if character designs look good, I'll look at it. I've seen the art. This character designs hasn't jumped out me yet. I'm like, oh, I have to watch this.
Uh-huh.
Usually if it's character designs I like and then the art style I like, I'll watch something. That's what usually gets me to watch it, and then I'll read the plot. But so far it hasn't really jumped out at me, so maybe if I read the plot it might be. I'll have to see.
We don't even know what the original plot... I mean, I can tell you the plot for the Briarwood arc, which is just a bunch of Taliesin Jaffe being depressed a lot, but and being a manic depressive broken man, which right up your alley right there. But no, yeah, I can understand that, but I mean, it's really, because I remember when we're going to talk about Devil May Cry later, but when we were going to Devil May Cry, you're like, yeah, I think I'd consider watching it. I'm not going to say the last part of that sentence because I'm not going to at you like that, but you did say, you're like, yeah, I'd be interested in seeing what it's all about. I want to see what they actually are going to have as far as what the story for like the first couple episodes are going to be, because if they do Briarwood, I can give you the summary of the Briarwood arc and you'll be like, oh, okay, so that's what it's about. Now I have an idea of what the latter half's going to be. I can't tell you what the first half's going to be because it was all stuff before they streamed Critical Role, because they'd been doing the campaign for a couple years before they had even started streaming on Geek and Sundry.
I wonder if the big thing with Pike is going to be in there.
Ooh, yeah, when Pike dies. Yeah, that's...
That was not okay.
Yeah, no, like there was a lot that happened start of Critical Role itself that like
pre-stream.
Yeah, I would love to see, and of course, you know, there's the whole live stream of them reacting to everything, and Matt, like Sam was telling me, it's like, yeah, you can show like the divergence and like all the lore stuff, and Matt's just like, holy fucking shit.
Matt's just like,
because like Matt's had this in his brain for so long, and you got to imagine, like when you have something in your brain and you kind of verbally tell the story, you have an idea of what you think it looks like, but now to have that avenue, like that's got to be cool, right? Like that's fucking
It's
awesome.
also got to be really pressuring though, because it's like it looks cool in my head. Now is it
gonna look cool?
Think
Yeah,
it looks cool.
Is it gonna look cool for other people? Yeah, no, that makes sense. But yeah, I'm fucking excited, and
Please let us get the carpet.
Please. I want the reveal of the magic carpet. I want the reveal of Burt Reynolds, Esquire.
In customs.
From the customs department. Yeah, we gotta have it. The only question that I have, and this is a question to be directed to you, and we'll be going to do the FGO event in just a moment. If you notice in the trailers for The Legend of Vox Machina, there's somebody who is not there. And that's Tiberius.
Yeah.
Which has got to be awkward when in that early, especially the pre-stream story, Tiberius was really important.
Honestly, for me, it's a welcome brevity.
Well, the thing is that...
I don't want that association in there.
Here's the crazy part, though, is Tiberius was in... He was in the comic book. And which is they had the Vox Machina Origins comic book, which basically explained the story.
I think part of the reason might be just because if everyone's coming back and voicing their characters,
they're
not going to have Orion come and
because
Tiberius.
Orion burned so many bridges with the bullshit he pulled with Geek and Sundry and the people at Critical Role.
And whereas like the comic, you're not voicing a character, you're just drawing it on a paper.
It's just...
So that's probably why.
It feels weird in the sense of that I know Tiberius was very important, and like that seems like such a drastic That's such a drastic change, especially with some of the story structuring, I would imagine.
Yeah, I welcome it just because that means we won't get like 3 episodes of going shopping.
Ooh.
I welcome it.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but Tiberius fucking bored me. Like, even before it got to the shopping shit, I was just sitting there like, stop talking.
People were saying that there's a turning point, like, in the first, like I think after the first 15 episodes, that it became the flaw, and apparently people who've ran campaigns all the time, they say that this is something that happens. There are campaigns where there's someone that gets obsessed with, I want to win the game, instead of just going through the campaign. And that's what happened with Orion, on top of all the other bullshit he was pulling, and the fact that he was an addict at the time, which definitely didn't help. Self-admitted by him, which is why he was an up-and-coming voice actor and then just disappeared, because, yeah, he let addiction get to him. And there's actually quite a lot of fans of Critical Role. They're just like, I appreciate that he's talking about this stuff now, but I do not want him associated with Critical Role anymore.
I don't know.
And especially hearing some of the stories about it, I'm just like, yeah. But that was one thing that I noticed when they had the little like animation for it, is just
honestly, it's just better to take him out now and not have it be awkward later.
Yeah, it's...
As opposed to having him already there and then, like, say he disappears like he did in the campaign, or they replace a voice actor for him. It's just like, that's really jarring.
I guess if they're only going to be telling like the origin story and the Briarwood arc, he's not that important. But if they were going to be animating the full campaign, I would actually take issue with Tiberius not being in it, because Tiberius and his fate plays a big role in the Chroma Conclave arc.
That tells me we're probably not going to get that arc.
Which leads me to believe we probably wouldn't. If they were to finish up the series, they probably would just do Vecna. That goes straight on the...
Honestly, that's fine.
I mean,
there's
going to
be some plot points.
There's going to be some liberties taken, because that's, God, 4 hours times 115 episodes. That's a lot of fucking
Somehow
story.
Condense it.
That's a lot of fucking story. I mean, of course, you know, D&D combat takes forever and stuff like that. You got to have everyone take their turns and stuff like that. But it's like, that's a lot of story.
Just let us have them attacking the door.
The whole episode of them. So, in early Critical Role, was it the start of the Briarwood arc that happened?
They were, like, I think getting into Whitestone at that point. They were, like, in a church or building or
something. They were
something.
trying to get through a door. And who all was trying to open this door? There was
Scanlan.
Scanlan, so Sam Riegel. Grog, which is Travis, or you know, also my nickname, Gref. And then
was it Percy?
I thought Lee was it Vax and Percy that were there? Were all the guys down there?
I don't remember.
I thought it. I don't remember who specifically it was, but there was this whole thing where they were trying to get in a door.
It's just a wooden door.
It's
locked.
Door's locked, and they try to open the door. To which they took damage, and...
Because they kept rolling for shit.
They kept rolling garbage, and they couldn't open the fucking door. And people were sitting there saying, when they found out that the Briarwood arc was going to be animated, like, we need a whole episode of just them opening the fucking door. Which I'm like...
You told me it's like they'll just flash to the others, like, doing something really epic, and then the other group at the door. Still not open.
The door's still not fucking open.
They took damage from a wooden door.
My question to you, May, is how do you take damage from a wooden door? You're just like, I have no
You use your head to try and bash it in. Grog would do it.
Would you ever take forever to try to break down a door? Oh man, but yeah, that's great.
Scanlan got the finishing blow for the door.
Hey, he got a, how do you want to do this on a door? And the only time Matt says how do you want to do this is when they're fighting enemies. It's like, how do you want to do this for breaking this fucking door that's been the bane of their existence? But yeah, so tying back, we had the comment. Tying back. It's like, if they're only going to be telling the origins and the, like, an origin story and the Briarwood arc, it makes sense. They can easily write out Tiberius. But if they were telling the full story, that would be interesting.
They can do it.
Yeah, true. Unless they just make Tiberius a background character.
Could, yeah.
They could. I don't know.
Or just reference him.
Yeah, they could. I don't know. I don't really know. It was the whole thing was just, you know.
Because thankfully he leaves pretty early in the Briarwood arc.
He does, yeah. So they can easily write out.
Thankfully.
Oh, you know what? I just realized if they're doing the full Briarwood arc, you got that dinner scene.
You can still write him.
You could still, yeah.
He was literally no more important than anyone else.
True, but remember
the only thing he did
had
was
the whole
fly.
He had the whole subplot with Allura needing to fix him at one point.
That can be written out.
But that can
That's not
easily be
important.
written. Yeah, that's interesting.
Related to the rest of the party, it's not important.
That's very true.
It's just a character thing.
But
him.
oh my god, can you imagine that dinner scene animated now? No, just because
Scanlan at the table though.
Oh my god.
He needs like a booster seat.
He needs a booster seat because he's a gnome trying to sit in a fucking But just how tense that scene, the way Matt made that scene as tense as it was. I'm so excited to see that anime. That's insane. That's gonna be awesome. But yeah. So congratulations to Critical Role. Let's give a big round of applause. A very tired but happy round of applause. Even though you're not into Critical Role, I'm certain you're just excited that all these guys are doing something really cool and all that fun stuff. But
the fact that their original goal was $750,000.
$750,000.
And they thought that was a modest goal, and that got broken in less than a day.
They broke that within. Did they make $1 million within the first hour or something like that?
I think $3 million within the first day. I believe.
Yeah, $3 million within the first day. That was fucking insane. But yeah. So that's been going on. And something that we didn't get to talk about last time because you were not on the podcast, May. We're finally going to give you the floor. Is you went to the FGO American Tour, and that's why you weren't originally going to be on the podcast. And when we redid it, you were fucking horribly sick. And made guest appearances as you went to go grab stuff, and we chatted with you. So tell us all about the FGO event. Okay, first of all, I guess the first question's first for you. What was this FGO event?
So it's pretty much just they had little tiny exhibits. They had merchandise, little standees, little areas based off the game, and you could little props, and you could take pictures with them and take pictures of standees and just kind of walk around and just see all the little vendors that were there.
So it basically was just a little vendor event, basically.
Hosted by Aniplex.
Hosted by official, mind you. Of course, it was official. But yeah, that's really cool. So what all did you guys end up? Because you went with Chrissy. So what all did you and Chrissy end up doing at the end?
We cosplayed. We did stamp rallies to get stickers, and we just took pictures and just kind of walked around and. Like I said, take pictures.
It was just a fun event to hang out at, basically. It wasn't like a convention event. It was just more of a... Sorry if I seem distracted. I gotta do
You got a bunch of Merlin stuff.
I'm sorry?
Wasn't it you got a bunch of stuff from Merlin or whatever? And you got upset because you were just God damn it.
No, that was Chrissy.
No,
Chrissy got a bunch of Merlins.
I don't know. It was one of the two.
She bought 3 blind boxes for Saber, and she was trying to get him Saber. And she ended up getting 3 Merlins in the box, all 3. So she gave me 1. I got a servant I didn't want.
You got a servant you
I
didn't
bought
want?
Series 4, so I've got a servant I didn't want.
Oof. Who's? Because I remember you opened it on that original podcast that we ended up.
His name was Bente. He's a Lancer. He's a 2-star Lancer.
He's not Ku, so he's not my Lancer.
Yeah, I just...
Sorry for that.
And I was $15 went down the drain, but oh well.
Well, that's what happens when you do blind boxes.
Yeah,
you gotta kind of have to take a chance on those.
At least it's not $100 for quartz, though, right?
No, that's
it's not $100 for quartz. Yeah.
So
if you have to pick one or the other.
But yeah, I mean, I wasted $15, but hey, I got another FGO merch thing, so
that's very true.
It's with the rest, so that's something at least. I gotta look at it positively.
So positively.
Yes, positively. Positively, yes.
I'm trying to help you with words because words are hard.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it positively. Yes.
So, who did you get to cosplay as?
I was Jen.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to bring up something for a thing we're going to be talking about later, and we just saw. Here we see the Devil Hunter getting coached by legendary Devil Hunter. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, go.
Professional.
I was...
Yeah, right.
I was female Waver Velvet, and Chrissy did a gender bent Iskandar.
You guys were so great.
Yeah, we decided to match together, because why not?
Messenger needs to stop fucking up right now. It keeps saying you have unread messages and that you don't have unread messages.
Yeah.
At Facebook, fix your shit.
Yeah, fix your fucking shit, please. Oh shit, hey, we're at 6.9 million. Hey, I just checked the campaign. Pledges of 750,000. Holy shit, that's
and 39
insane.
days to go.
39 days to go. That is fucking insane. But anyway, so you had a great old time at the FGO event. How much salt was at the event? That's my main question.
Not that much.
Already there, or what she brought?
How much? Okay, yeah. How much salt did you bring to the event?
Oh, I didn't have that much.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I didn't roll for anything, so.
Oh, you didn't roll and actually play FGO there, so the salt levels were low. Okay, but then you got home and you're like, oh, I'm gonna play FGO, and then you just cried.
Well, I didn't get
salt.
I rolled in the American version, North American server. I got a 5-star servant, so I can't really be salty about that.
But it's not Merlin though.
It isn't Merlin.
It was low sodium when she went.
It was low sodium FGO. Oh my
medium
god.
sodium when she got back.
Yeah, that's
Because Merlin.
I mean, I'm gonna say that's bullshit because you're always salty. Like it doesn't matter what, you're always salty. 24/7, 365.
That's why I say low sodium when she left.
That's true.
She came back, a little more salt, not as much.
Just
a little more.
Just a little bit more salt. So all in all, fun times had by all.
Yeah, it's not like throwing her phone levels of salt.
That's very true. So, sorry, that was such a weird transition because I was finishing my drink and I was going to say something and then the conversation ended and in my mind I went, well, fuck. Well, speaking of weird shit, this is a good transition for this. So, thanks, because you know what the next point's going to be. So, May graced Mira, and then I bought my own ticket as well, with the tickets to go see the Welcome to Night Vale, a Spy in the Desert event. And that was a time. It was a very fun time.
Hooray for pizza day.
Ooh, pizza sounds really fucking good, honestly. Food just in general sounds good. But yeah, so we went to the Welcome to Night Vale show, and I'm just going to ask you the first question. So you've been to a Night Vale show prior.
I've been to one.
You've been to one in St. Louis a few years ago. Mm-hmm. And you kind of had an idea about certain things. My first question to you is Cecil Baldwin always that extra?
Yes. Even more so as the time has gone on.
Yes. So he's gotten even more extra as time's gone on.
Yes.
Damn,
that's honestly like between the show that I went to, like in 2015, and then the one that we went to, like that's the most activity I've seen him do on a stage. Like throughout the years, he's gotten more active in what Cecil does on the stage.
The best part is like Cecil Baldwin walks out in a blazer and a t-shirt underneath it and like black skinny jeans and sunglasses, and he goes right on up to the microphone to start his opening monologue and then pulls his sunglasses off. And didn't he have his glasses underneath his sunglasses, if I saw correctly?
No, he didn't have glasses.
I thought he had glasses. Mm-mm. Okay, so he just pulled his sunglasses off and just was... I was like... I saw I'm like...
Because he pulls them off and he's like, my God, what is that?
Yeah, I was just like, what is going on? But before that, though... and I have some updates as far as this goes. So, it was the most meta thing ever because they had a podcast open for a podcast, if that makes sense. So as a part of the Night Vale Presents
it's
group,
an associated podcast with them.
They advertise for it. It's a part of the Night Vale Presents. Like, think of it as like a TV network. So like HBO has like Game of Thrones, Westworld, and stuff like that. Like Night Vale Presents, they have They
have Good Morning Night Vale. They have Dream Boy. They have Within the Wires. Alice is Dead.
Alice Isn't Dead.
Or Alice Isn't Dead.
And then they have, what's that New America one?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That one kind of sounded a little too weird to me.
That sounds, yeah.
And I have my limits.
And I have my limits. And then obviously Welcome to Night Vale, the OG one there. Mm-hmm. But opening for Night Vale was the guy, Dane Terry, who does Dream Boy. And I had always heard the ad for Dream Boy, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's confusing.
It's weird, and it's confusing, and I'm like, I don't understand what this is supposed to be. So he comes out, and he's a guy that, like, tells really crazy
Childhood stories.
Childhood story. Well, okay.
In the show that he did, a childhood story.
The funny part is, and I'm going to get into because I've listened to 6 of the 7 episodes of Dream Boy right now. The 180, because remember he mentions at the show at the end, he's like, yeah, you know, from this point forward in my life, things get a little profane.
A little less PG.
That was a goddamn understatement. Dream Boy is one of the most vulgar podcasts, and I fucking love it. I never thought I would hear a story about a blowjob that was literally the most tense, scary situation I've ever heard in my life. Well, because it's a bathroom blowjob, and it's like but like at the show, because it was all ages, he couldn't really.
He was talking about an experience at the pool when he was a kid.
Which I heard the person in front of me. He confirmed that the kid he was talking about. That's when he realized he was gay.
Makes sense,
was the kid.
A lot of that sounded so gay. I was sitting there like.
Because especially in Dream Boy, he is gay. He is very much gay. Part of the thing is like it's a very crazy retelling of his time in Cleveland, watching a friend's house, and he was like a washed up musician who was on Grindr all the time. So, and having these weird dreams. And he's kind of spun that into a story. So basically, he tells the story, but also performs all the music and does little musical numbers within everything and stuff like that. And
they do advertise it as a musical. So
they advertise it as a musical, but it's definitely more of like a music producer producing and telling a story, because it's way less musical than they lead it on to be. There's musical numbers from what I've heard, but it very much is. He's very much using the music as the soundscape and the atmosphere and kind of like setting the scene, and like when he's
there we are.
There we go. That's it. That's the podcast. No. So when they like, you know, he uses it for sound effects even and stuff like that. And you know, we saw this performance and I looked at Mira and I'm like, I understand this now. Like, this makes 100% sense now. Holy shit! After you listen, after I listened to him perform on stage, I was like, I want to go download that fucking podcast now. And luckily, it's only 7 episodes, and I've listened to 6 of the 7.
You got to meet him at the show,
and I got to meet him after the show. He was fucking awesome. I told him, I was like, yeah. I was like, I heard the trailer. I'm like, what the fuck is this show? And then I tell him, I was like, yeah. And then I see the performance. I'm like, this makes so much sense. He's like, oh, I'm so glad you liked it and stuff. And he was like, yeah, if you want to catch up, like, let me know on Twitter. He's like, yeah, there's not that much right now. And he even said when he was performing, he was just like, you know, how many people are fans? So there were quite a few people that loved Dream Boy. And then it's just like, how many people have heard of it but not listened to it? And like, I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, that was me. And it's just like, you know, he says like, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, if you're intrigued, go listen to the podcast, which I will give the caveat if you went to the show. It is very, very not suitable for work. Extremely not suitable for work, but it is fantastic. It's incredible. And as a music nerd and a storytelling nerd, I very much love it. And I'm so glad that they had him do the opening act, and then he did the weather and stuff like that.
The weather's always really fun.
The weather's always great, and his song for the weather was wild. But no, it was so that was just the Dream Boy stuff, and then there was also the talks of what's her name, Meg
Bashwinner, yeah.
She does all the credits and stuff at the end. She made the joke that she's going to time travel to the 40s to teach Donald Trump's mother about birth control, and I was like, oh, I think
that's probably the loudest I've ever heard
that's
a crowd
cheer. That's the
loudest
a crowd has ever cheered, and it's like, I'm like, oh yeah. And then
Cecil, birth control and queer whales.
Yeah,
yes.
Right, yeah. And then the best part was Cecil Baldwin's stab at anti-vaxxers with the penicillin reference. So refresh my memory about the whole penicillin thing, because we're not allowed to spoil the show, but he had made a line about something.
Basically, it was the Children's Fun Science Corner.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Section of it, which he's had those in the show before. So
I've heard a couple of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was talking about a story involving like werewolves, and he brought up the whole thing about penicillin. He's just like, he's narrating, and all of a sudden he just looks straight out into the crowd and yells, "Penicillin!"
Yeah, just
in
like,
the sentence. And we're
the
just
context of it was talking about like protecting yourself from werewolves by just getting
like a vaccine, basically.
Like a vaccine by, you know, injecting, I don't know, fucking penicillin. You know, it's like, you know, it's something that's a vaccine. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, the gloves are off. Telling Donald Trump's mom to go on birth control before giving birth to Donald Trump. And the stab at Antichrist, I'm like, holy shit, that's wild. And then apparently you had told me afterwards that we got a special one-night thing at the show as well.
We're not going to say what that is because that could probably be a spoiler.
The thing is that they
I don't know if they're gonna work that in.
They posted about it. I don't want to say it, but we got a character that was only there for one night. Mm-hmm. And that was actually...
Because I don't know if they're going to later work that into the episode whenever they include it later.
They could, yeah, if they ever release it. Yeah, I don't want to ruin that. But yeah, it's... The show was a lot of fun.
It was also the first time they performed in Anaheim.
That was the first time they'd ever performed in Anaheim. So we had
first two things.
The first time they'd ever been in Anaheim, and then the special one night for this one character. Which that when that character came out, you literally looked at me like, "Wait, we get it. This person." I don't even want to say if it's a he or a she. It's
we
like,
get them.
Wait, we get this person? What? It was pretty crazy and pretty
well. Because
cool.
Like I was sitting there like, I wonder, because this person wasn't on the cast list. And I was sitting there like, okay, because I don't like, I was looking to see who all it was, and, you know, they're on their website, they have, like, you know, Cecil, they have Symphony, and they have Meg, and then, like, they're, like, an other surprise guest, and I'm sitting there like, wait, who are the other people?
Yeah,
I one or two others.
I thought I'd heard rumblings, and maybe they'll get this in Seattle or something, but I'd heard rumblings that Will Wheaton was going to appear at some point.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Which, that would be cool, because, you know, I would say, you know who Will Wheaton is. You know, it's like, he has it's a reoccurring spot in Night Vale, because he's the cook, right? If I remember correctly? Yeah, so it's like there's a little cooking segment. He's the head of Tourniquet. Yeah, so it's,
and that's been in the show for a while, so
I am way not caught up on Night Vale, but I had gotten to, like, some of the Will Wheaton, because I hear him talking, I'm like, there's that motherfucker Will Wheaton, there he is. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so the event was fun. Dream Boy is a crazy podcast. I'm so glad that I finally get it and understand it. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you, May, for allowing us the opportunity. We greatly appreciate it. I'll tell you what we didn't, because of how busy we've been this week and this weekend, and we'll talk about that when we cry in a little bit. What we haven't done this week is we haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. But Captain Marvel's making news. Because Rotten Tomatoes is on a crusade right now. A certain group of people are on a crusade right now, and then Rotten Tomatoes is pushing back at this certain group of people. Incels. The crybabies of the internet, as I like to call them, where, sorry, not sorry, you know. It's one of those things where before the movie came out, there was this whole thing that Rotten Tomatoes is changing their, before a movie comes out, how reviews are done, because there was a bunch of people on the internet just spamming, like, low reviews of the movie. And then the movie comes out on opening day. It was like at an 86 or 87 for critic reviews. And then on the viewer reviews was 39%. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on? And then apparently, just like with The Last Jedi, there was a massive trolling smear campaign on Captain Marvel. And Rotten Tomatoes has had to do a lot of changes and stuff, and they had to delete a bunch of troll reviews, you know, to maintain the integrity. Because people who didn't like the movie said, "Oh, it's just a mediocre." Because I've seen a couple people be like, "It was cookie cutter Marvel. I didn't like it that much," but they're not saying it's bad because there's a female main character, like what most of the troll reviews were saying. But which they, you know, obviously you want to keep that integrity. People will say it's cookie cutter Marvel, which is fine if you believe it's cookie cutter Marvel. You know, issues with story, the writing, maybe you weren't as hyped about it, maybe you just didn't like the movie, you know, for whatever reason, you know, that's cool, that's fine, but these people just spamming it saying, oh, a woman's the main character, fuck this movie. It's like, yeah, no, that's kind of bullshit, and it's kind of just it's stupid because people like me, I don't usually pay attention to like Rotten Tomatoes. I usually just pay attention to see what people are saying, and the people that I've heard about, they've seen are like, oh yeah, it was good. Like at worst, I've gotten it was mediocre, but it wasn't bad. But at best, is people are just like, this is incredible. I'm so hyped for Infinity War, Endgame. Apparently, this is a non-spoiler thing. It changes something from Infinity War. And I'm like, oh, okay. I made sure not to read the article because it was a spoiler article. I'm like, I want to watch the movie first. But I guess the question that I got to pose, and I'll give it to you because we've been talking a lot and all that fun stuff. So I'll start with you and then we'll go to Mira. So it's just like what do you think about when something like this happens? You had the Last Jedi thing where a bunch of angry Star Wars nerds were thumbs downing the movie because they ruined Star Wars when Star Wars was never ruined in the first place. And they had, this is so SJW, how dare the SJWs ruin Star Wars. And then you got, for Captain Marvel, people downvoting it just for the sake that, Brie Larson's the main character and she's a girl. Like what do you think when you see that kind of stuff?
It's going to happen no matter what it is. There's always going to be people that do that just because they don't like the fact that a female is playing the lead role of a movie or even a video game or even in a book.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it just that stuff happens. You can't control it. I mean, you can do your best, like what you said Rotten Tomatoes is doing, but there's always going to be people that do that.
Yeah.
You can't stop.
It's the age of the internet, and people, they like everyone, like back in like the 80s and 90s, people would rant to their friends and that's it. Or their little like group, but now that the internet is a thing, everyone has their own soapbox. And yeah, but isn't that sad though? It's like, it's 2019.
It is, yes.
It's like I'm actually hyped that we have a lot of people, like we have a lot of like little girls that are going to Captain Marvel and be like, I can be a superhero too. And then it's like, then there's people like our friend Kat, who she had said, I wish a movie like this came out for me when I was 14. And I'm like, that's like, it's important. It's just like why Black Panther was important, because to have an all African American cast and have African Americans around the world be like, holy shit, like, let's go. And like when we went and saw the movie, it's like, there'd be the families that are leaving and the kids are just like, I want to be Black Panther. And I was just like, oh, that's so good. It was like, it was wholesome and awesome. And just like, and I'm just like, then there's the corner of the internet that's just like, with Black Panther, like, oh, that movie only got like the awards and stuff it got because the black people were in it. Which, no, it did not. It was a good movie with a lot of great design and sound choices. So excuse me for a moment. It has nothing to do with race there. But, and then to sit there and say, oh, no, Star Wars sucks because Rey is a girl and, you can't have tough characters in Star Wars, to which I'm like, did you ever watch the OG trilogy? What the fuck was Princess Leia to you, my dude?
Excuse me, it's General Organa?
It's General Organa now, yeah. But it's like, she was even in the OG trilogy, she didn't take shit. She was awesome. And a lot of females looked up to Carrie Fisher. Females will still be looking up to her forever because that's going to be her legacy. But it's just like,
The only reason they say she wasn't a badass is because she was in a bikini for one movie.
Yeah, because she got...
That's it.
Yeah, but what did she do in that bikini? She fucking... Spoiler alert for Revenge of the... spoiler alert for Return of the Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah,
yes.
I was like, no. There was another piece of Star Wars news I got to talk about real quick. That was fucking stupid.
Spoiler.
Yeah, so spoiler alert for Return of the Jedi. She chokes out Jabba the Hutt when she's in that bikini. She's like, you ain't about to put me in this bullshit. It's like, yeah, she was awesome. She was great. It's like, and then to people for like this corner of the internet to complain about it, my only reaction to this is just like, it's fucking 2019. Who cares? Going to you, Mira, like, what do you think when you see all this shit happen?
I think it's ironic that they're doing this on International Women's Day.
Oh my god!
That was when the movie came out.
The movie came out on International Women's Day. Yeah, that is right.
Someone felt threatened, clearly.
Oh no, women are actually people? Oh man, gotta put them down again. Let's go back to the 30s when we could slap a woman and call her a broad and everything was okay.
It's payback for my mom not making my sandwiches the way I asked them for. How dare you, Mom?
How pathetic are you that you complain about a sandwich when you can
Right.
make one yourself?
Right?
Yeah. You know, it's one thing to be like...
At men of the internet, make your own damn sandwich once in a while.
Hey, you know what? I learned how to make a sandwich. I make a damn good sandwich.
That's why I say men of the internet.
Yeah, it's like, I make a damn good sandwich. I'm the one getting my ass in the kitchen and making y'all some dinner. I'm doing the cooking for you motherfuckers. Y'all are the ones who are playing your video game. No, I'm kidding.
Except on the nights for Hamburger Helper.
Except for Hamburger
That's
Helper
my
nights,
job.
yeah. And then the nights that I'm working on stuff and you and I double team stuff. You know, like wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And there you go.
Phrasing.
I was purposely trying to make it sound dirtier than it actually was. I mean, food porn is a thing. Sticking your dick into a
No, I
watermelon
mean, given
is
the
a thing.
topic, I was like, phrasing?
Anyway, but yeah, that's ridiculous and stupid and dumb.
Imagine your masculinity being so fragile that whenever there's a female in the main role of a movie or a game or something and they're not damsels in distress, you're threatened.
It just means that when Last of Us Part 2 comes out, that there's going to be a lot of men of the internet that are going to complain about that game too.
You mean Lara Croft doesn't have triangle boobs anymore? How dare!
Wait, she has a personality and character development, and she's not just something I can simply jerk off to?
She kicks
What?
even more ass?
People are gonna complain about Last of Us 2 dudes are because Ellie's only gonna get kissed and there's not gonna be a lesbian sex scene.
Ooh.
How dare it's not me kissing Ellie! She's gotta go off and kiss another girl!
How dare! Oh.
It's like, did y'all not play Left Behind?
Robot says, I miss triangle boobs.
Of course that drew him back in.
To which all female gamers would be like, I mean, yeah, I'd kiss Ellie. Like, goddamn.
I'll kiss Joel.
Yo, yeah, give him the kisses if he's not dead. Because there's the theory going around that he's actually dead.
He's not dead in the first game.
He's not dead in the first game. That is very true. Yeah, you can give the kisses to Joel. There you go.
We have the first game. We can just go back and be like, here you are, Joel.
You'll be like, this game is bullshit. I'm going to go play the first one again. I'm going to hang upside down while trying to shoot zombies. Which, fuck that scene, by the way.
No. It's like the one girl on Outside Xbox that was playing Red Dead.
Oh,
she's
yeah.
She's like, I have two save files. One where John is alive and well, and the other one that she just didn't play.
Because she would not finish the game because she's like, I can't let him die. I can't let him die. I can't do this. And it's like, that's like every single person that ever had a save file just before the end of Crisis Core, and they're like, I can't let Zach die. I can't let Zach. Like, that's unfair. And shout out to Robin for always coming back for triangle boobs. There you go. 10 out of 10. Wait, what do you...
The Great Fairy in Zelda has triangle boobs.
She definitely has triangle boobs. Man, remember when women had triangle boobs and didn't talk in video games? Like, that was...
Or if they talked, they said, like, incredibly, like...
dumb stuff.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
No, I think the only...
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
What's this about to talk?
You're right.
God. We've come a long way in voice acting since the 90s. Oh my god. I want to get a PlayStation and I want to get the OG Resident Evil because I want to see...
Well, if the PS5 is backwards compatible for
true.
everything, we won't have to get
I
one.
want to see the really horrible live action cutscenes.
That's what YouTube's for.
That's very
true.
That is very true. That saves a lot of money.
Cheaper.
Much way cheaper, absolutely.
You just need to pay for Wi-Fi.
That's very true. And we pay our Wi-Fi bill every month. Ain't that right, my dude? Yeah. We pay our Wi-Fi every month. Ain't that right? Yeah. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do this podcast if we didn't pay for Wi-Fi or shit.
We're actually running on a hotspot nearby.
We're leeching off the neighbors. No, I'm kidding.
I've done that.
Okay, I'm pausing all of our topics. What was that, May?
So when I lived in another part with my mom, whenever I couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi at my house, I'd go outside and there was a neighbor I had that didn't have a security system on their Wi-Fi, so I was able to leech it. They eventually figured it out because I tried one day to go outside. They figured it out. So I couldn't get their Wi-Fi.
They probably had someone in their family that was like, Grandma, you need to password protect your router.
It's probably some like old lady.
Probably.
Oh my
that
god.
didn't know how to set it up. And just didn't pick a password.
911. Yes, hello, I'd like to report an emergency. May is a criminal.
What's your password? Password 1234. No one will ever get it.
Or what was the joke in Night Vale? Is it password, but a capital P and one of the O is the zero instead? It's like, yeah.
You're correct.
You're correct. It's like, yeah, that's a password. But yeah, that's an old
It's just a fun little...
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all the password is.
The password is swordfish.
1, 3, 5,
the password
7,
is swordfish.
9.
1, 3, 5. Oh, you're getting spicy.
You can't have numbers like right next to each other, so it's like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. But anyway, so
I guess we got to the root of the problem. Chris Redfield.
God damn it. Oh, man. So, speaking of dumb shit on the internet, so it's talking about dumb shit on the internet. So this story came to me a while ago, or like earlier this week.
In a dream.
In a dream, yes. So let's say
fandoms are stupid sometimes.
Fandoms are fucking stupid. So a PewDiePie fan defaced a World War II memorial with writing "subscribe to PewDiePie" 3 times on this memorial. And let's see, do we have the photo right here? I'm trying to bring up the photo right here. That's a great... Oh, it's... Okay, yeah, it's in the chalk right here. Yeah, subscribe to PewDiePie, subscribe to PewDiePie. Yeah, so it's like it's written on the edge of this memorial.
At least it's in chalk so it can be washed off. But the fact that it keeps happening...
The fact that they defaced it, not just once, but multiple times.
That's despicable, but can you imagine when someone like actually
spray
like taking the
it?
Time and like carving that shit in or something? Or like something
it's
more permanent?
stupid enough that somebody did that. Like, this is going to be a really short answer for you, May. How stupid is this motherfucker?
Why would you even do that?
Yeah. I have no fucking clue.
What even compels somebody to do that? I guess I've never understood it.
Fandoms are stupid.
It's not like, I'm sure PewDiePie didn't tell people to do this.
Oh, absolutely not. In fact, he's been the one that's... Because it's like the back and forth between him and T-Series, which basically T-Series is just like... I think it's like a group in India that's just like do you know, it's like a network, like an Indian network on YouTube, and like they've just been blowing up for, you know, whatever reason. PewDiePie's been the one who's just like, no, go sub to T-Series, it's fine. He's like, it's a number, like it doesn't matter. In fact, like he did like he's with kind of the popularity around this whole thing, he's done like a lot of charity streams and stuff like that. And like a bunch of just stuff for, like, you know, issues that are going on in India, and it's just like, so it's like he's kind of using like this whole thing to do some good, you know what I mean? So just like
he's using his platform to promote good things.
Yeah, and like he's not sitting there all bitter saying like, oh, how dare these people? He's just like, no, good for them. He's like, I know I still have a massive number. I still have all of you people watching. It doesn't matter, you know. And it's like, yeah, see, that's... Now, if it was PewDiePie like 6 years ago, he'd be bitching on Twitter about him, like this group, all the time, and making racist Indian jokes. But...
Or rape jokes.
Or rape jokes about people from India. But I guess that shows the growth now, that he's just like using his platform to do some good. And I'm like, good job. So yeah, he definitely would not have told a fan to do that. And... So he's just, this fan is just stupid, right? Just fucking stupidly stupid. Mira, how stupid is this guy?
Incredibly.
Like I said, short answer, just incredibly fucking stupid.
Did they catch the guy?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like a kid. I don't know if they ever caught the guy or not. I'm gonna look at the actual.
Since I just got a recent time.
Yeah, I'm going here. I'd say
we are fact checking.
Yeah, just fact checking. Recently, fans of PewDiePie have been pushing others to subscribe. However, PewDiePie's rise on the platform.
You can check out the damage for the memorial.
Brooklyn was told 3 times. Subscribe to PewDiePie. The tool used to vandalize around was chalk. You can check out the damage. According to BuzzFeed, the memorial honors. I know that. How park officials shows.
I'm assuming they probably didn't catch who this was.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they would have said they apprehended them.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah, now that.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, no, we have no idea. Yeah.
There's probably not really any sort of like security around the memorial.
Probably,
like, in
in
the way of like there's probably not cameras set up or something to see what's going on.
I don't know. I know like in Washington D.C. there's like certain memorials. There's not really anybody around there, so I'm pretty sure it could be the same thing where
could easily get away with something depending on how the security is.
Yeah, you could easily do it and run off.
I mean, it's like it's a government thing, but you can't have security at every government establishment.
Very true. Yeah.
Especially a memorial wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wall.
I thought there was a World War II memorial wall. Like, that's just... Oh, my God. I just want to pull my hair out because of how stupid that is. But I'll tell you what isn't stupid. Well, okay. Quantifier here. The story for this is over the top and stupidly crazy. But goddammit, have we been having a fucking blast with Devil May Cry 5 right now. So we put out our video about Devil May Cry 5. The ska corner returned, and you fell asleep halfway through the video. And don't flip me off. It's what happened.
It was warm under the blanket, okay?
I'm just saying that you fell asleep.
And eventually, just like hearing you guys talking, I was just sitting there like, oh, this is comfy. This is nice.
This is nice.
This is nice.
Oh, man. So
it's like when I
you kind of had... Very true. Yeah. You kind of had some limited like watching of Devil May Cry. What is your impression? Because have you ever played a Devil May Cry game?
No.
You've never played a Devil May Cry.
I said it in the video. No.
Right. Yeah. You've never played a Devil May Cry game. So
remember because I told her about it. I said if you like cheesy stuff.
That's true. Yeah.
And I could also you're also like well she can watch the theater.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah. And so you can get all caught up. My dad was asking about Devil May Cry 5 as well. He's like, he had asked me, it's like, so how is it? I'm like, dude, it's so fucking insane. He goes, oh yeah, I saw it. And I told him about that whole thing. He goes, wait, are you serious? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh shit. So my dad might be picking up Devil May Cry 5 soon. But so from the limited things you have seen in Devil May Cry 5, what the hell do you think of this game?
It's weird.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's weird.
It's very much a B horror movie. It almost feels like this was it almost feels like there's like, especially 5 feels like it's on the level of like some Sam Raimi Evil Dead levels of like insanity. And oh god, what was the other one? Because you got Evil Dead and then Army of Darkness. Like, this definitely feels like the Army of Darkness of video games.
This is my boomstick.
This is my fucking boomstick. Oh my god. Yo, even to the point of sorry, spoilers for an old movie, the fact that Bruce Campbell loses his arm and has to make a metal arm.
He has a chainsaw, right?
Yeah, that's right. He has the chainsaw. It's like that. Like, this is how insane this game is, and I'm already.
The internet raises from their seat. Wait, what?
Yeah, right. But so I'm gonna ask you, May, what do you think of Devil May Cry 5?
It's really good. It's exceeded all my expectations so far.
Same. It is so, and I'm not going to
tag your spoilers.
I'm not going to spoil anything in the game per se, but
I think he's talking about the movie.
I know that, but I'm saying I'm just giving a caveat for people listening because we're gonna be having spoiler discussion at the end of this about a couple things. But yeah, we're actually blowing through our topics. Thank God. So it's not gonna be a 3-hour sit fest. But anyway, so what is your favorite part about the game?
I guess just going through the story. I know the story's kind of limited, but going through the story, just seeing the interactions between the characters.
She's like, yeah, V.
Yeah, V. Killing demons.
Killing demons.
Yes.
Trying to crush some puss.
Yes, that.
Full core 316. Nico is best waifu.
Mm-hmm.
Which someone had straight up said, in a game where Lady exists, she really is, like, Nico really is the best. Mm-hmm. There was an image, I think Colin had shared it. It was like, you know, that whole meme, it's like nobody and then me. Yeah. It's like something crazy. So it's like nobody and then it says Nico. And it was like giant RV crashes into pool. It was just like, yeah, no, that is Nico. That is definitely Nico after all.
Oh, yeah.
To which I'm going to call out Colin's girlfriend right now for trying to make references to Nico from shitty ass fucking Love Live.
Love Live.
Fuck Love Live. It's the worst. I'm with Colin. It's the fucking worst. Mm-hmm. I appreciate you, but we agree to disagree on that whole fact.
You're like, I appreciate you, but you make really bad choices sometimes.
Well, so do I. Let's be real. I also make really bad decisions too. So it's not just that. But my favorite fuck Love Live. Love Live. There it is. But anyway, so what I love about this game is just it's the whole sentiment of just you can tell everyone who worked on this game is having the most fucking fun.
I found Nero's face actor on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, he's a guy from Italy.
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
He's the face of Nero. Like, they asked him, 4 years ago.
What we love about this game is that they somehow found it in the budget to bring Adam Driver in for the game.
They did.
They got him out of his busy schedule.
Oh my god.
He's probably working on the next Star Wars movie right now.
He is. He's working on the next Star Wars film and doing a bunch of other things.
Oh, did you hear they're done?
Yeah, they're fine. They're done with principal photography on Star Wars.
Well, no, I mean for...
Yeah. But in the middle of all that, Adam Driver stepped away from Star Wars and said, "Sorry, Jabrams. I gotta go work with my homies at Capcom for this fucking game." I'm surprised V hasn't rolled up with pants as tall as his fucking waist and shirtless, because that would just be the best.
No, I want him to be dressed in like the SNL skit for the...
and he was dressed as Matt the Radar Technician.
The Radar Tech, yeah. I want V to come in dressed up as because I know his hair can turn white when you use your double trigger, but the whole have him in a blonde wig and the big old glasses with the name badge that says Matt on it. His hair is insured.
Oh my god. Yeah, but the whole thing is, so we talk about it and joke about it in the video we put out. But the reboot for Devil May Cry, literally killed my love of Devil May Cry, which was sad because I've played 1 and 3, and I think I've at least watched you play part of 4, and you've showed me most of 4. But it's I played 1 and 3, and I loved them, and I avoided 2 like the plague because I heard it was garbage.
It is garbage.
Yeah, it's when I got the HD collection years ago.
Like I said, the only good thing about it is that Dante can fly, and you can ride a motorcycle.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
That's it.
There's
nothing good about 2 at all.
Yeah, but it's 3 is great. 1 is just so cheesy and great. 4, there were people who didn't like 4.
They didn't like Nero.
They didn't like Nero. They didn't like Johnny Young Bosch, which is a goddamn shame because, of course, you see Nero in this game. His snark has gone up 110% in this game. Because in 4, I remember him kind of just.
He's a broody boy.
Kind of like a brooding boy. But then it's in 5, he literally is just...
4 was okay.
Literally, he is just as snarky as Dante. In fact, I'd say he probably rivals Dante's old snark. Because, holy shit. I love, that's what I was going to say. DMC Devil May Cry, that reboot literally killed my love of Devil May Cry. I didn't want to think about Devil May Cry.
It's a shame because, Devil May Cry's still good.
It's still good, yeah.
It doesn't mean the other things are good. A lot of people agree that the reboot was just not that good.
It wasn't good, yeah. And
I personally, I've said over and over what my issue with DMC, the reboot, was. So
went on a technical level,
I won't go into it. But just, it killed it for a lot of people. Yeah. And a lot of people were worried once the reboot came out and it did not do well, that was it for Devil May Cry. And the thing is, I just admire the fact that Itsuno, the director of 5, he actually worked on the reboot. So there's actually quite a few things from the reboot that's in 5 that they took. But so I think that's still cool. But you can tell he still likes the reboot, even though not a lot of people liked it.
When they revealed it at E3,
the reboot or 5?
5.
Oh.
He came on stage at E3 and he literally, the first thing out of his mouth was, "Devil May Cry is back," to which the crowd erupted. And it was one of those things where I'm certain as a game director, you know when your game is good or your game is bad, and when you get that mass amount of pushback and disdain and dislike for a game you worked on, you kind of take it to heart. If you're a creator that really cares about what you put out, you take it to heart. You see how you can make things better. You take people, you don't want to jeopardize what you want to do, but you take people's comments into consideration. And the one thing I will say, going to your discussion on the reboot of Devil May Cry, which we've talked about in the past, is when your game on a technical level doesn't even function properly, that's already grounds for
to load a trophy.
Yeah. Progress for a trophy. We didn't even get the trophy yet.
I thought I did.
Well, you eventually did after we were going at 1 frame a second for 5 minutes. But yeah, it's like it was like trying to track the trophy and like going at 4 frames a second, and yeah. But like I remember, and I can tell this story now, that we did a survey, and I counted it. We did a survey for Chrissy on an old job. It was a gaming survey. Mm-hmm. We saw alpha footage of Devil May Cry 5 7 months before it was revealed at E3.
Oh, I remember that.
And I remember, like, when they were talking about, there's rumors there might be a Devil May Cry 5, and, like, us, and then Suya, and Kanan, and Chrissy, were all kind of, like, laughing as we're sharing it. We're like, I wonder if this is a thing. Because we knew about it, but we had to sign the paper saying that we couldn't talk about any of what we had seen. Which everything at that year's Xbox conference was stuff that we got to see.
Spoiler alert, I didn't like it at first.
You did not like it. You saw it and you went like, what the fuck is this? Dante's old? Like, what the hell is going on?
The first time I saw it, I was like, Rising Sirius.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, I didn't like it because Dante looked too old. They didn't even show Nero. It was just Dante, and I was like, what happened to Dante? Why does he look old? And I watched the gameplay, and I was like, I don't like this gameplay. And the thing is, I have played the other Devil May Cries. And for the longest time, until they showed V, I had no interest in Devil May Cry. I'm like, this does not look good. Like, Dante.
And then yet, like Suya and I had the same reaction when we saw Devil May Cry 5. We really went, holy fuck, are you serious?
Yeah, you guys were excited.
Yeah.
Like I said, it wasn't until I saw V, and then I watched, like, some stuff. I finally gave it a chance. I was like, okay, this actually looks good. And then, of course, we all know we're here now.
This game is easily... I don't want to say this because... It's not that Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't good. And we're going to talk in depth about Kingdom Hearts 3 in a little bit. It wasn't that Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't good. But in my opinion, I am having way more fun with Devil May Cry 5. Mm-hmm. And the part of it is... I legitimately think because I was so excited in seeing that the campiness was back and the dumb... tropey shit. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 was shit. That was Robots' words. But like, you know, the dumb campy story and the fucking dumb cliche characters that are played up over the top, and then just the snark and just everything was back, and the memes. I want memes. Did you find that thing in the game? There's actually someone spray painted on one of the walls in game when you play as V the first time. I want memes.
I didn't see that. I think, did you share that?
Yes.
Okay.
I shared it and Colin shared it too.
Okay, I looked at it. I didn't get it. I was like, what am I looking at?
It's just, I want memes. Oh. Yeah, it's on the bottom corner.
I didn't get it until
memes.
I read the caption. It's like, don't we all?
Yeah, I read the caption. Now you explained it, now I get it.
Yeah.
Before I was like confused.
But yeah, just it literally is like, it's so cliche to say, but Devil May Cry is back. And I'm so happy that it's back. Because this game... It's so fun. It's like, and I'm personally having more fun with Devil May Cry 5 than I had with Kingdom Hearts. Not to say that I didn't love Kingdom Hearts, but the thing is that with Devil May Cry, it's tickling a spot for me on the pee-pee, actually. I knew how weird that sounded.
Dante does that to you.
Dante tickles my pee-pee and it makes me feel things. But, with a little feather too, it's pretty great.
It's actually V's familiar. That's
no, I don't want Griffin to touch my pee-pee.
You don't want the sassy bird?
I mean, I want the sassy bird to hang out with me. I just don't want it to touch my pee-pee.
What about the panther?
I don't want to partake. I don't want to
Shadow. Yeah, there you go.
I don't want to partake in any bestiality of these animals. I'll hang with them and snark with them.
Who said anything about bestiality? They could literally.
Because I was talking about Dante tickling my pee-pee.
It could just be Panther's tail hitting you.
No.
Nothing sexual. He's just walking in front of you and the tail hits you.
I like V.
You're the one that turned it sexual.
Yeah, because I'm talking about Dante, not animals. I no longer want to play Devil May Cry 5 anymore. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. No, but it's just, you know, the whole it's just concern. No, but it's like the thing for me was just, you know, like because you know, the non-spoiler discussion for Kingdom Hearts 3 is Kingdom Hearts was great, but had some flaws in it, in my opinion. You know, it was a great game all around, and I had fun playing it, but there were some things that I have issue with that I feel hardcore fans were able to look over, but other people, like, whether or not you're a huge fan or a casual fan or, like, you're jumping into it, you kind of look and you're like, okay, really, though? That's my whole thing with Kingdom Hearts. Like, it was fun to play. my main gripes are with the story and stuff like that, and I'm wanting to get that out now because for people that don't want the spoiler discussion at the end of this, they kind of know what my general thing was. I beat it. I thought it was. I still very much loved it, and the story moments that did moved me very much. It was very well done in the simple storytelling. The broader, complex storytelling, that's where my issues fall with the game. And we'll talk about that later in full spoiler discussion.
I mean, I like DMC 5, but even I have some complaints about that game. So
For Devil May Cry?
5.
For 5, yeah. I mean, the thing is that I know Devil May Cry 5 isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But it's hitting something for me that I had. Like, I haven't played a game this self-aware, and I'm the guy that loves self-aware games. I haven't played a game this self-aware and this over-the-top in a long fucking time, and I'm so fucking happy with it. I am so...
It's called a nostalgia boner, and you have one.
It's not a nostalgia boner. It's a...
Kinda, yeah.
Well, because Greg didn't start with... Because Devil May Cry was originally on the PS2.
I started playing Devil May Cry when the HD collection came out.
Well, it doesn't matter when you came out. It's been a while since you played it. There's something about the older games that made you go, I love this.
The thing for me is it feels so much like old school Devil May Cry, but it's so polished and so... It's just a normal boner, yeah. But it's very polished. It's very well... Like, the gameplay's so much fucking fun. And, you know, the storytelling is a hot mess in the best way possible and all that stuff. And it's self-aware and crazy. And I love it. It in a sense, it is nostalgia because it reminds me of the older games. But in a sense, it's relief because they went back to something that worked in the past, but it doesn't feel like they made the same game again. Like, it feels like a new game. And I feel like it's, you know, in multiple ways, this is peak Devil May Cry. I fucking love this game a lot. Like, this and Resident Evil 2 are contenders for, like, my favorite games in these first 3 months. But we also have things like Shadowbringers is coming out in July, which that's going to be insane.
And maybe Last of Us 2.
And maybe Last of Us 2, which that's going to be a very strong contender as well. But it's one of those things...
For me, it'll be between KH3 and Last of Us 2 if that comes out.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where, tying back the whole thing, and I want to hear what you have to say about your criticisms of the game as well. But it's like, I'm fucking loving this game. Like, this game, you know, it's not that I had expectations. I was just excited. And I was excited, and I'm not disappointed, and it's awesome. So anyway, so you had some criticisms of the game, but...
I was just going to say, when The Last of Us 2 comes out, I'm going to do what I did with Red Dead 2. I'm going to see what the ending is.
Okay.
And I'm not going to tell anybody, because I'm a very considerate person.
You knew the spoiler for Red Dead 2.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm never going to play it, so I got to know what happens.
Yeah.
But I will be a considerate person and will not share these spoilers with anybody until you guys
It's so you know.
Yeah, it's because I'm that person, if I'm not going to play a game, I want to know the ending. I want to know what happens.
I totally get you.
At people of the internet, be like me.
Yeah.
And share it after they beat
talk
the
with people who've beat the game. Be like, oh, so what do you think about this thing? Yeah.
If you see posts about people that have finished the game, be like, okay, I'm gonna message you.
Yeah,
and
right.
we're gonna shout it in the DM.
That's what Nona and Kelsey did when they beat Kingdom Hearts. Or they wanted to know the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3. They asked people...
Spoiler alert, they yeehaw.
Skyrim.
Yeehaw.
Skyrim.
Yeehaw
Skyrim.
The whole wagons be hitched. Yeehaw. But anyway, so...
Ham's Game Ranch.
It's still the best in the video. Anyway, well, hell. I can't not quote that video. Anyway, so... Your whole thing with Devil May Cry 5. So you have some criticisms or complaints or whatever, however you want to say it. So anyway, so... What is your full thing? Like, what is your critiques of the game?
Also, it's good to know you two are not done playing the game.
We are not. We're on mission 8 at this time. So we're close to halfway.
Where's 20 missions?
Yeah, so we're close to halfway. So we're almost to mission 10, which is the halfway point, obviously. Half of 20 is 10. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Anyway, so your floor is yours. So go ahead.
I don't like how you can't switch double breakers. You have to break it or go to Nico's van to switch them.
Yeah.
You can't switch them on the fly.
Yeah, I will say that is a little frustrating thing. I can totally understand that.
And then I don't like how I have to hold R1 to lock on.
You can't just press it.
I wish it was like
Kingdom
Hearts, yeah. Because my finger, I'll admit, my hands get tired. They really do.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because I'm like, of course.
They get tired pushing the buttons.
It makes sense.
I don't know if it's because my fingers are a little bitch or something.
My fingers are a little
They just get tired mashing the buttons.
So your complaints are like in the gameplay department.
Yeah.
I can totally get
That's
you.
the main thing is, Joe. I just wish I could switch my devil breakers.
That I don't. I'm gonna readily admit this. I rarely use my devil breaker.
I think I only used it twice for the tutorial. Otherwise,
Just
I haven't been using it. I've just been slashing
people and shooting them. Yeah.
In the face.
Also,
doing taunts for the hell of it.
I don't even know how to do taunts.
You press on the touchpad.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can. Well, if you do when an enemy's around, like it actually like raises up your letter. But you can get attacked.
Which I finally made the changes to my gameplay, and I finally got triple S.
Yeah. So it's fun depending on the character. Once you do it, once you're done, just hit it real fast, and then the taunts will start. You just know you can't skip the taunt, so you're gonna be stuck in there for a little bit. Like earlier with Triple S, I had V do the symphony thing.
I saw that. Yeah, that was so good.
And it went to the whole thing.
Right.
Like you couldn't skip it. I found on YouTube somebody, because I don't know if you saw in the store, you can buy those special taunts of like 30,000 orbs. I found someone on YouTube, they posted all 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are the special taunts?
Well, I don't know if that's like a spoiler because some people don't have them. I don't
it's a spoiler.
Discuss afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So you buy it in the game.
Yeah,
okay.
They don't show you in the thing. You have to buy it to see it.
Oh.
But I went on YouTube and looked.
Okay. All right. Well, if that's a spoiler thing, I don't want to spoil that.
People don't want to know.
Yeah, no, I totally get you. But no, that makes sense. Yeah, that's why I don't really use the Devil Breaker much at all.
The punchline's really good though. I did that one in the demo.
That
one's really good.
Punchline is my favorite out of all those.
Yeah, that one you can ride on it like a surfboard, like in the air. You can jump on it.
My one complaint about the game is it did take a lot of getting used to at first for V.
Yeah. I'll readily admit, I still press the start button to see who is Griffin and which one is Shadow. I always forget which button is which. But yeah, they even said V is supposed to be tricky because this is like the first time we've ever played someone like V.
Yeah, he's got his familiars that attack, but you also got to dodge enemies coming at you.
Yeah, yesterday I had one of my demons hit a stalemate.
Oh.
During a boss battle. And I had to run around.
Damn it.
And I was like, oh crap.
I, knock on wood, haven't had that happen yet.
It's not fun.
Doesn't sound like it. Because don't you also have to like get close and let the thing go, like the cooldown happen before you can use them again? Or like what do you have to do?
So once they hit a stalemate, you have to basically near them to regenerate their energy.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. And that's happened to me with Griffin.
Ooh.
And so I had Shadow, so I had to run around on Shadow to get close to him, let Griffin regenerate, and then, come back. And it's
that does not sound fun at all.
But anyways, V is kind of tricky, but I like it a lot.
I mean, now that I'm used to it, like I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I also want to be able to do what our friend Dan has said is the Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh, I locked that skill. Yeah.
Oh, I want to do that so bad.
All you do is just when you unlock it, you just run around, you start running fast, and all of a sudden Shadow comes and you jump on him and you start skating.
Can I say that one of my other complaints? I say complaints, but it's like one of my other issues is I keep forgetting with V that you can't sprint, so I keep pressing R2 and I hear the same 3 fucking quotes in the book all the fucking time.
Wait, you can sprint?
No, you can't.
Not as V.
No, I meant like in general. Like,
yeah, you hold R2 as Nero and you sprint.
You do? Oh, you know why I didn't know that?
Tony Hawk?
Because I unlocked the skill for Nero where after you start running when you're near the map, he just runs fast. That's why I don't hold R2.
Yeah, I would use it as like I would.
Is that during battle though? Or it can just be anytime?
Just anytime.
Oh, yeah. Like
so, and I kept pressing R2 because I need to sprint. And V starts reading the same 3 fucking passages in that book.
Hey, don't be dissing on William Blake over here.
Oh, it's not. Man, he didn't write the script. It's not his fault.
Hey, man, don't knock what works.
Hey, V likes his poetry, okay?
I just would like to hear more than just the same 3 things of poetry. I would just
maybe those pages that only have the 3 things in the book.
Maybe
it's the same poems in every page.
Maybe it's like Genesis quoting Loveless every time.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh my god, I forgot about Genesis quoting Loveless. What year is it? It's 2006 again. Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Dude, that's been 13 years now.
But
I'm still not over Zach's death.
No.
Spoiler alert.
But yeah, now
for you 13-year-old kid.
Now I'm gonna have to go back to Nero and just sprint because I didn't know you could do that. Because like I said, I unlocked the skill where after you start running, you start running faster. Yeah. You start running faster, so I never did it. I didn't know you could do that. I'm gonna try that now.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. But yeah, I'm loving the game and I'm having a blast with it. Tag your spoilers. So another thing that I finished, and I feel like the the statute of limitations. This is when we're going to start getting into the spoiler discussion, but I'm not going to put the spoiler tag on this because I think the statute for limitations on a Realm Reborn spoilers is up.
It's been up.
It's been up for a long time.
This
game has been around for like the base expansion has been around for like what 3, 4, 5 years.
I want to say it came out in what 2012.
Oh, you said 2012.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now.
We're fact checking.
That's
how you spell fantasy?
No, that's how you spell fantasy. I'm typing from far away, babe. I can't see. It came out August 24th, 2013.
Yeah, so I feel
it's been out for a while.
I feel after 6 months, its spoilers are fair game.
Well, I would say, like, I'm still reticent to even talk about the spoiler for Red Dead Redemption 2 because that's still within the 6 months.
Oh, yeah, that I can understand.
Yeah. But, okay, so I finished The Realm Reborn and I'm in Heaven's Ward right now.
Heaven's Ward's great.
What the fuck was that ending to A Realm Reborn? I was not fucking... First, you go and you talk to Nanamo, and then the fucking bitch poisoned her drink.
She didn't poison her drink. You said the bitch poisoned
the drink was poisoned.
That's what you meant to say. You said the bitch poisoned her drink.
She did, though. She poured the poison drink.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, because you do the whole fucking quest line to get this stuff.
Right.
I'm very emotional about this.
She didn't poison her own drink. I'll tell you that right now.
I know that. No. I'm not saying Nanamo did. I'm saying the fucking... The bitch...
What's her face?
The one with the wine bottle's the one that poisoned it.
Oh,
the one you do the quest for.
Oh, yeah,
and when I saw Nanamo start choking on the poison, I was like, oh, that fucking bitch. And then I wasn't prepared for that, and I wasn't prepared for Thancred's whole thing, and I'm like, this can't be the last of Talus and Jaffe's Thancred. I can't do this right now.
It is, I'm sorry to say.
I know. Oh, trust me, I know. And
Spoiler alert, it is.
I had opinions. Anyway, so I'm just like, so that whole thing happens, and Nanamo fucking dies, and then they all get... then your character gets arrested. Which, fun fact, I had the flower crown on in that scene because she saw the flower crown.
He was like, "Oh look, I'm going to show you this," and he showed me the flower crown. I was like, "Okay, you got to finish the game with this on."
And so really when you're getting arrested and you're thrown into the banquet hall and you have a fucking flower crown, I'm just like. Number one, that flower crown should have been gone a long time ago because it should have fallen off by now.
In fact, I have to rewatch the scenes to get on any of this because there was no flower crown when I did it.
Yeah, right. So that whole thing happened,
and then just like, all right, I'm committed.
That stupid fucking Lalafell with the gray fucking goatee with the really weird name,
Lolorito or something.
Yeah, something like that. That motherfucker is like trying to arrest all of you, saying that you know. Your warrior of light is the one, not even touched by light. He was always touched by darkness.
You're lying liar.
That's a spoiler to Shadowbringers.
I know. Yeah, right? Ooh. It's like, oh my god. It's like, fuck this guy. And then was it Raban? Raban gets his fucking arm cut off. Yep. And that slimy motherfucker who was his friend. I was not ready for him to be like the big mastermind behind.
Yeah, he's not his bestie anymore.
Oh my god! And it's just.
I will say this: he gets his comeuppance later.
Oh, thank fucking God.
You get your revenge on him.
But that other so remember the one Lalafell that I was talking about? He was the other one with like the black goatee and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, this guy's a prick. And like, he gets his just desserts. When Raban fucking slaughters him, and I'm just like. Fuck yes. And then then it's like his friend. I'm just like, are you fucking? And then I laughed because I got to bring up who his voice actor was. The friend, the former friend, the now enemy. What was that guy's name again?
I don't remember.
She's like, it's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while. I just remember I call him the sloppy guy 14. Because there's a battle where he goes sloppy.
Sloppy.
Oh,
that's all I remember. I don't remember his name. I just know he's a traitor. That's
all I remember. It's a sloppy audio click. Oh yeah, Ilberd. That was his name. Ilberd. I laughed at his original. Ilberd. I'm trying to. Yeah. If I could spell it correctly, that'd be great. Because I was laughing at who his original voice actor was. Because I'm like, are you fucking serious? Yeah, this fucking punchable motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. I think I know who it is. It's been a while since I've heard his original voice. Like, I think I recognize the voice actor's name though if you say it.
Yeah, I gotta bring it up because I fucking laughed. Boy, if I could spell, welcome to the part of the show where Greg
Can't spell shit.
Can't spell shit. Yeah. So I go to behind the voice actor. Oh, it just has the current.
It should be on the Wikipedia.
Yeah,
It should be on there, like at the top.
Because that's the Heaven's Ward one, and then there's.
Yeah, because it should list it.
Yeah, it's.
Go down, keep going.
I know it's usually down here. Yeah, it's not there. That's why I was confused.
Well, anyway, why were you laughing at?
It was ironic who his original voice actor was, and I thought it was really fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm desperately trying to figure out who it was.
I'm using the restroom.
Go use the restroom real quick. You know what? Let's take a quick break and stretch out our. No, I'll end this. I'll end this discussion real quick, and we'll start talking to talking about other stuff. But yeah, so that whole bullshit happened, and then your whole group gets split up, and then Sid comes in and fucking clutch, babe. And I'm just like, oh my god, it's the original trio again. And I'm like, oh man, the mighty have fallen. And then we get to Harshaphant, and Harshaphant's there. And I'm just like, Harshaphant, save me, my dude. Jesus Christ. I know what's going to happen to you later, but Jesus Christ, save me, Harshaphant. So that whole fucking thing happens. So I'm all emotional because I'm just like, well, that was a great wholesome ending. And then I start the first quest of Heaven's Ward, and Alphanod sounds like an adult man. And I'm just like, I don't fucking like this at all. And then Tataru's voice actress changed, and I don't like how it sounds. And I'm just like, I am an emotional wreck, and everything is sad.
Same, Robot. Same.
What do you mean? What do
Faces.
you mean? What, you're rolling your eyes at my fucking pain?
I don't play this game, so I'm just sitting there like, y'all are speaking Greek to me at this point.
Fucking God. Oh my God, I was not.
You
were there when I was fucking playing the end of Realm Reborn, and I'm like, this isn't fair.
I was like playing Sims, and you just kind of kept going back and forth between going, what the fuck is this? To
what's going on?
I can't believe this shit. And I'm just sitting there like,
oh, that slimy motherfucker over here, and I'm just like, oh.
I just let you say what it is, and then I'm just
oh my God.
You're just like watching me for a reaction.
I was so emotional.
I'm looking at you like, okay, going back to my room now. Going back to Sims.
And then,
see, I've played all this, so I know exactly what he's talking
Harshaphant was the true homie, letting you stay with him.
That was all for naught after a while.
Oh, because I know what happens to Harshaphant. I know.
Just prepare yourself.
Harshaphant.
Don't. And then
even to this day, like a lot of players are still really sad about that. Me included, even though it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long for
me.
It's
gonna be me.
So it's still a fresh wound in a sense.
It is.
6 years. It's still not long enough.
So, but
as they say, it never goes away. It just gets easier.
It never goes away. It gets easier. Oh man.
Pain never fully leaves.
Yep.
But Ilbert is a cunt bag. Fucking the Lullafell is a super cunt bag.
There's only a few Lullafells that are good.
Yeah, Tataru, which I love Tataru, and
Pippin.
Which one was Pippin?
Robon's son, the one who.
Oh yeah, the Loki looking dude.
Yes, the Loki.
Yeah, the little
with blonde Loki.
Yeah, blonde. If Loki was a like a gnome in Dungeons and Dragons, it would be Pippin. Pippin's great.
I like Pippin.
But then you had all the other things because it's like Y'shtola and Thancred had that whole thing go on, and I'm just like, oh, I know that they're not dead because apparently Thancred's naked in a scene in Heaven's Ward, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited for that.
That's not till later on.
Well, then isn't he in the trailer for the?
And he's in the trailer for Shadowbringers, so like that doesn't matter.
Fun fact: when I first saw that trailer, I was like, is that Thancred? And then I messaged Kane, and then I go, was that Thancred? He goes, yes, it was. And
yes,
I'm like,
it was.
yes,
he's like, yes, he's there.
I love him.
I'm so excited.
You're like, oh good, he didn't die.
Yep, he's my boo.
Same. I fucking love him. And then it's like, then it's like after all of that emotional turmoil, then I decide to start Heaven's Ward, and then I don't like any of the new voices right now because it's a transition period.
Yeah, you get used to it. That was me when I first.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the current voice actors, but just when you spend 80 to 120 hours with this one cast,
it's because you gotta blame Square Enix for going to Europe. Yeah. In Britain, that's where they did the voices.
God damn, that was I was not okay. I was not okay. That was but I'm in Heaven's Ward now, and the tones for the quest accepting and completed have changed.
Fun fact: it changes in Stormblood too.
Nice. I am currently at the spot right now where you could go the 2 different paths. Where you can either go to the snow area or the area above the clouds, which I'm assuming you're gonna need the flying shit for the place above the clouds.
No, they take you automatically.
Okay.
Fun fact: you eventually have to do both anyway.
I know. I
think I did snow first.
I'm doing the snow one first, and then I'm gonna go to the one above the clouds. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to flying, you don't need flying to fly to any like
story quest.
It'll automatically take you. Flying is just an optional thing if you like say you go on this map and you don't want to walk. Or if you want to
summon them out.
Yeah, you summon them out and you get on it and you can fly to your destination.
Okay.
You don't have to walk. That's what it is. It's
So Mira, how's the Sims? So, yeah, good shit.
But yeah, flying is optional. You don't have to do it. I do recommend it for certain quests, though, when, like, if you get flying, like, once you finish one story quest and you have to go across the map to another quest to continue the story.
And you don't have an ethereal that you can transport.
Yeah, because some of these you, like, later on in Stormblood, like, there's this one quest, you, like, activate it, and if you don't know how to fly...
Stormblood or Heaven's Ward?
Stormblood. Just an example. There's one quest that's, like, this is the map, okay? And it's really far here, so you're here, and then the next story quest is like all the way over here.
Ooh.
So if you don't know how to fly, you're gonna be like running, walking. But if you fly, you just go. Whoop. It's easier and faster.
I would be the asshole that runs just because I'd be like, all right, I'm Forrest Gump now. I'm running from one end of the map to the other.
Yeah.
So. You gotta find Bubba.
Right.
But yeah, flying is good. It's fun.
So yeah, that's been my video game experience, and
I'm almost done with the first patch of Stormblood.
You're almost done. You're getting close. Like it's my goal, because apparently from what I'm getting, like Devil May Cry is not going to be that hard to beat.
It isn't.
It's not. It's an easy, fun game to beat, which is great. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I'm gonna be occasionally playing Resident Evil 2.
So
like I'm gonna be playing Resident Evil 2, but also be catching up on.
I'm gonna give you back her copy of Kingdom Hearts because you said you wanted to try 2, right? Eventually.
Wait, I thought that was your copy.
Kingdom Hearts. No, the
remixes.
That's yours.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
I'm eventually.
I was like, wait, it's
no.
I've got other games I got to power through first before I go back and play some of the other Kingdom Hearts games.
Luckily, after certain games, you don't have to worry about them anymore because you'll be done. It's
yeah,
like,
I'm gonna.
That's
finish
me
up.
with like Devil May Cry. After I finish it, what do I do?
Yeah, after that's finished, like we're good there. I'm good with Devil May Cry, and then I'm gonna jump heavily into marathoning 14 and then on the side playing Resident Evil 2, because Resident Evil 2, we talked about it a couple podcasts ago. It's a tough game, but a very fun, rewarding game. And I also still need to go back and see if I need to restart the game or not, which I may just restart the game regardless. Yes.
I want pizza.
You want pizza?
You also eventually have to finish RE7.
I have to eventually finish RE7
At
as
some
well.
point.
Yeah.
Why isn't Leon in 7? That's my complaint.
I'm sorry. Mama's in 7, and I do not like her at all. She scares the shit out of me.
Chris is in 7.
I know, but that's not my one love in Resident Evil. It's Leon.
She doesn't get Leon ass in 7.
Exactly.
Hooray for Pizza Day.
There you go.
Anywho.
But anyway,
Pizza
so
really good,
yeah, so I'm gonna be marathoning 14.
I'm
gonna be marathoning 14. That's awesome.
I finally finished leveling up. I'm finally level 70.
Nice, I
hit
saw
level
that.
70 last night.
Nice.
So if you need help in Heaven's Word, just ask any of us.
Can I give you a tickle to?
Yes.
Fuck it. Can I give you a nickel to tickle my?
To nickel your pickle.
Yes, if you give me a nickel, you can tickle my pickle.
The best day of the week.
True.
But yeah, just ask any of us. We're all level 70 now, so we can all help you. Especially because some of these dungeons do get really tough.
Yeah.
Like the one I was at yesterday was really hard. This was Stormblood though, but it was really hard.
True. Yeah.
Almost died.
Rip. Never forget. But yeah, so it's like after I'm done with Devil May Cry, I'm just gonna marathon 14, get all caught up, get to level 70.
Yeah, because if you fun fact, if you pre-order, you actually get early access for Shadowbringers. Nice. It's like June 26th or something.
We'll be able to play it before AX, which will be awesome.
You just gotta pre-order it.
Yep.
Thursday is sloppy joes and burritos in a bag. Huh. There you go.
I don't know how I feel about burritos in a bag.
It's like those frozen bags where you get the frozen burritos and you microwave them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's like the frozen bag burritos. Yeah.
If you pre-order, but if you just buy Shadowbringers when it comes out, you have July.
I'm gonna end up pre-ordering it.
Me too. I just have to have money. I'm waiting for my next money.
Same.
My next money.
I'm waiting for my next money.
Dude, speaking of pre-orders, you know what we still have to pre-order? The My Hero movie.
That's almost
that comes out this month.
Friday was pizza day. Every day is pizza day.
Hey, how funny! Friday was pizza day because that's when Devil May Cry came out.
Yeah,
Friday was pizza day. I needed to pre-order for the pin. I'm not gonna be able to pre-order it in time. I'm not gonna have money. So no pin for me.
Rip.
No All Might pin for my bag.
Just steal it from a kid.
Oh my
I am
God.
a villain now.
Oh, yeah, I'm a
Steal it from a Deku cosplay.
If it comes to All Might, I'll be a villain.
Ooh, damn.
I'll be that tsundere.
I'm
The
getting
Tsundere.
Rob pre-ordered it. But yeah, so that's been my world in games, except for one other game, and then there's another spoiler thing we're going to talk about. But this is where, for people who do not want spoilers for what apparently happened in Attack on Titan recently, and the full spoiler discussion of Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'll tell you how I found about the spoiler.
We'll talk about that in a moment. So we're getting into the spoiler discussion here, and for those who do not want spoilers for any and all of those, we'll say the thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys loved it. And if you didn't, let us know. Tell us how we can improve. We're not above criticism as well.
Discord when?
I know. We still need the fucking Discord. I keep forgetting. My friend tried to explain Attack on Titan to me. It's very complicated.
Wait for you to get on Discord.
So, yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. Anyway, there's a lot happening right now. I'm sorry. So, anyway. It makes zero sense and sounds like shit. Well, anyway. So, thank you to the people that do not want spoilers for Attack on Titan or Kingdom Hearts 3. We hope you guys enjoyed. We'll catch you guys next time. Tune in Friday for the return of a series that I'm really excited for, which is Which Would You RP? I'm doing it in a new format. I've been saving up quite a few, and you are just like the look of regret on your face. There was one that came up recently that I'm like, this has to happen.
Remember when we were talking about salt?
Oh, no.
Forget low sodium.
She's just, oh man.
This is the mountain.
But we're doing it in a great traumatized trout, is what Robin said. But anyway, to people who don't want to stay for the spoiler discussion, thank you guys very much. I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, okay, fine. Later.
I don't want to be spoiled.
You don't want to be spoiled.
You're the one that shared the spoiler.
Anyway, so to those who don't want the spoilers, thank you guys so much for watching and listening and enjoying. We hope to see you guys soon. Thank you to Robit for the traumatized trout. For those who are staying,
okay, I'm staying.
I hope you're staying. We are going to be talking about the latest chapter of Attack on Titan and the fucking bullshit that was, and my very opinionated thoughts, as well as all of our opinionated thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3. This is people's last warning to not be spoiled. I'm going to count down from 5, and then I'm just going to drop the massive Attack on Titan spoiler right now. So last chance for people who do not want spoilers. We will be talking spoilers in, by May.
Hide under the table.
We'll be talking spoilers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I almost said Leon. Because I thought Matthew Mercer. Levi is fucking dead.
We don't know that.
We don't
Maybe.
know.
That's the thing, because...
He got blown the fuck up.
Can I tell you how I found out about this spoiler?
I had to look it up, too.
Do tell me. I'm going to take a cookie and do tell me.
My friend co-shared the manga.
I saw it, yeah.
And I was like... And I'm like playing DMC right now. Look at him like... What is this? And then and then as soon as I saw it, I went on Google so fast. I'm like, what's going on? And then apparently people were sharing it that, in the manga chapter, Hanji grabbed his body and jumped in the ocean.
Before they could check for a pulse.
Yeah, he or she, I'm going to say she, because I think Hanji's a girl. Hanji fucking jumps in the ocean.
In the anime.
The ocean, the river. Yeah. Hanji jumps into the river. And I'm like, what? What does this mean? What? No!
Well, they've already killed Erwin.
I know.
That's, yeah.
Here's that a jar of peanut butter. It is. She's donating plasma tomorrow. That is very cool. So yeah.
We don't know if he's dead. I hope not.
Yeah, right now status is unknown.
I'm really upset if they kill him.
Because when I saw that, I had to go on the status real quick just because people kept commenting on Ko's thing of time to ditch the manga or whatever, and I'm sitting there.
A lot of people are not happy.
I was sitting there guys, look it up. We don't know yet.
But
this was like how it was with Armin. We thought Armin had died. And then he got turned into a shifter.
Well, the reason I didn't think he was dead because I saw the spoiler after he got confirmed as a shifter. So I was like, oh, okay.
Well, no, at the time, before it got confirmed, people were like, oh, Armin's dead too. Well, that doesn't make any sense because Armin's supposed to be the narrator. So they're killing off Armin too? And then he got turned into a shifter. Here's
the thing. Who was the one that said that if they actually kill off Armin, I'm not going to pay attention to Attack on Titan ever again, Mira? I am adding you at this. Remember, you were so pissed. You're like, if they kill Armin, I am not going to pay attention to this
because
fucking series anymore.
I had stopped reading a long time ago, so I figured, like, I had made mention of wanting to get back in and try reading it again at one point, and then the thing about Armin was out, and it was before he had gotten confirmed. I was like, well, if it's true, then what the fuck? Because at the time, it's the same thing with Levi. We can't confirm one way or the other because it's at unknown.
I can't read it now until
we find out what the fuck's going on.
It's killing me. I'm actually really upset because Levi, is one of my favorite characters.
A lot of people had like Game of Thrones where they got upset about favorite characters dying. Like I feel like I finally have had the Game of Thrones.
Unless it's Joffrey.
Unless it's Joffrey.
Nobody gives a shit about
Everyone cheered for Joffrey.
No one gives a shit about Joffrey.
Sucks that his actor had to quit. Sucks that his actor had to quit acting.
What is he doing now? No?
He quit. I don't know what he's doing now, but he quit acting.
He's a farmer boy now. Let's just say he's a farmer.
He's a farmer. Yeah, we'll just say that. But yeah, because of all the hate and death threats he got.
Sad when,
because people can't separate.
They can't separate the.
It's sad when you do so good at your job that people take that too personally.
Yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm. It's like he's not responsible for how the character is written.
That's just writing.
In fact, it shows
acting.
how great of an actor he was if he could convey that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing about what's his name? The guy played Hero in the original Gundam Wing. People did not like his performance. But
Mark Hildreth, really?
Yeah, he told a story about how a lot of people did not like it. They're like, man, he was really boring. And he was saying, I was just doing how they wanted me to portray the character. And a lot of people did not like his performance as Hero. Is that his name? Hero? It's been a long time since I've been Gundam Wing.
Okay, at Internet, I have met Mark. He is a sweetheart.
Yeah, they basically said, like, the way they portrayed him was just too boring. He didn't give him enough motion. Like, I was reading about that, and
that's how Hero is, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, people did not like his performance. They said it was bad.
That was the whole thing with Hero. He was the perfect
Robot,
soldier.
how are the Penguins doing right now? Let's talk hockey for a moment, because
he was basically made to be that way.
Yeah,
he wasn't supposed to be an emotional person like Duo was. He was portrayed as the perfect soldier.
Yeah, but once again, it comes to the whole thing. People can't separate it.
At Internet, what the fuck?
Good question. So, yeah. So Levi might be dead.
We don't know yet.
And that's why I said might be dead. And, yeah, originally the spoiler.
I'm mainly directing at the Internet that are like, yep, he's dead. It's confirmed. No, it's not. Not yet.
You know
what?
Alive until proven dead.
Alive until proven dead. They won today. Nice. Awesome. Good job.
My heart can't take that if he is dead.
Right. Oh, they won 4-2. Nice.
That was me with Armin.
Yeah, I remember you were just
that entire ordeal was not
you were like Bruins got ruined. Isayama can't release quick. Is he still on the monthly?
I don't remember.
Release schedule?
No, he's married, right? No?
Yeah.
He's getting married?
He's getting married, yeah.
He'll probably pull a Matt and they'll get married after the series is finished.
Probably, yeah.
I gotta hide from all the hate.
Gotta hide from all the hate. Peace, bitch.
You mean there wasn't any hate before?
Well, if he kills off Levi, he's going to get a shit ton of hate.
He's going to get a lot of angry comments.
Okay, believe it or not, people got really pissed with Erwin and Sasha both.
I'm still not angry. I'm still angry that they killed Sasha.
Tasha.
I'm still angry. I was like, really, of all people?
I was at Romano's when you gave me that spoiler. I was just like, whoa, what?
I was like,
people are sleeping.
I was like, of all people, honestly, it should have been Krista. Or whatever her actual fucking name was. Historia.
No, you can't.
Because killing the queen, that'd be such a great plot twist.
But the thing is, like, from what I'm reading, he technically cannot kill, like, for the plot purposes, she cannot die. She's important to, like, the very end.
Why her, though? Because she was one of my least favorites just because she was so boring.
Like, right now, she's pregnant.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
Because, okay, so what I was reading, the reason why they're keeping her around alive is because in order to, like, keep her bloodline going, because it's, like, the superior bloodline, like, I wasn't really paying attention, she has to have children to continue the bloodline.
Who?
Some random person. I don't know who.
Not Ymir.
Yeah, not Ymir.
unless I missed that twist where we found out Ymir was actually a man all along. Or
But yeah, apparently, Historia is currently pregnant, and yeah, that's all I know.
What the fuck, Ethan?
And apparently Zeke is now alive. Who's
Zeke?
He's a Titan.
Isn't he
I don't know anything else about him.
Apparently
because I looked up other spoilers because for Levi's thing there was a term called the Jaegerists.
Which apparently there's like a cult.
I looked up what that was, and what it is Aaron's the leader of it.
Oh my god.
And there are people that
Aaron's a cult leader now.
Let me finish. This thing is basically, they're led by Aaron, and apparently Aaron has a half-brother who is Zeke, I believe, is what the wiki was saying. And the whole point of the Jaegerists is that they're trying to reunite Aaron and Zeke. Because apparently they're just split up. That's the whole point of the Jaegerists. They're trying to unite the two.
I feel like
I had to look this up because that was the first time I'd seen that word.
I feel like I need to be.
This?
I feel like I need to be drinking Jaeger right now because god damn it.
Man, Aaron
won't allow it. Sorry.
I'm still calling it as it is. I still think it's a cult.
It sounds like a cult, but I mean that's basically.
It sounds like a cult, but it's not a cult. But it kind of is a cult.
This is called a cult.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not Heaven's Gate.
I had to look this up because that was the first time I'd seen that word, and I was like, "How much have I missed?"
Yeah.
A lot.
I'm still blown by the fact that this is a whole thing by the government.
Yeah, the government thing is when shit really started getting weird.
Yeah, I was like, wait, so now it's not taking place in like the future or something, or the past, or
yeah.
Now it's all because of the government.
It's a government cover up and all this shit. Yeah, it's.
Honestly, it's stupid, but it wouldn't surprise me given the way the story is kind of gone.
Isayama's a madman. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who's married?
Who's getting married or married?
I don't know.
Married?
But some woman married that madman.
I'm not saying he's not a good guy.
I mean, he's making money.
Yeah.
Some women, that's all they want.
Yep. Oh man, he made Attack on Titan.
Better hop on that dick train.
Your husband's the CEO of a company. Well, my husband made Attack on Titan.
To which the person you're talking to is like, what's Attack? To which the person you're talking to is like, what's Attack on Titan? And you're like, oh wait, you're not a weeb. Shit.
So does that mean like since he's getting married, does she know all the secrets of Attack on Titan? His wife? Do you think?
She probably knows who originally was supposed to die, and he's
probably
gonna
not
die
with the internet ideas. You know they're gonna go after her, be like, "Hey, tell us the secret."
Did your husband say anything? Tell us.
It's like that thing with like I'm gonna assume this probably happened to Monty at some point too. It's like they probably got onto his widow, be like, "Do you know? Do you know?
Like, do you know what?
Like after he died, they probably.
Do you know where the story was supposed to go? And it's like
they're probably hitting her up at one point, and be like, "Tell us the secrets."
Yeah.
Hey, do I know when you're gonna catch up with Ruby?
Before Level Up Expo, I gotta catch the fuck up.
You got like a quiet. You got.
How far back are you?
I just need to watch volumes 4 and 5.
And 6.
Oh, there's a 6th volume?
6 was the one that just came out.
That's the one I just finished, and the ending made me go, "What?" With all the shit with Ozpin.
It's like watching 3 movies though, so it'll be fine.
Let's say Volume 6 is heavy. I'm like,
I think I might have finished Volume 5, and then I need 6 after that.
Although
there are some there's some creepy grim in this Volume 6, guys.
It's gonna be hard sitting down and
getting
caught up though with
catching
Crow.
up with I wasn't
just separate it, guys. Don't think about it.
I'm naming the character. I'm not naming his voice.
Just separate it, guys. Separate it.
Which shout out to his lawyer single-handedly ruining his case by going on Twitch streams and doing interviews, which you should not be doing. His Vic Mignogna's lawyers are going on like pro Vic like streams, and they're conducting interviews, to which, regardless of how you feel about the case, I would have concerns because it'd be like, you don't want to jeopardize your case.
And this is where we turn the comments off on YouTube.
That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not bashing the pro Vic people. It's just like you would think
they're gonna find it.
I mean, sure.
All I'm gonna say is that just be like me when I'm all distraught about Ozpin. Just separate yourself from it.
Yeah.
With Crow. That's what I did with the whole fact that Ozpin is like a little boy and Oscar guys. And
is that where the phrase "I can't be a pedophile" comes from? Because you're like,
no, actually it doesn't.
Out of context, that sounds really bad.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, like because
Ozpin isn't a little boy.
I don't hear Shannon McCormick as much anymore in Volume
911. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
We're joking about the context.
So, in Volume 6, because I don't get to hear Shannon McCormick as much anymore because Ozpin's not really a big deal in Volume 6, you know, I had to separate myself. I'm like, okay, just don't focus on that. So just do that with Crow, guys. Just don't think about it.
I'm trying, but it's really hard.
Yeah.
I will say though, the story is worth it though. Like,
right.
It's gonna be like me with Full Metal. If I ever go back and rewatch any of that, I'm like, this is gonna be really hard.
But yeah, I know it's hard, but I feel like Volume 6 was really good. A lot of people agreed that, like, after Volume 5, because a lot of people didn't like Volume 5 and 4,
that
6 was really good. 4 was really good. People said that 6 redeemed Ruby, because after, like, I think Volume 4 or 5 or whatever, people did not like. They're like, man, this show is going downhill. It's garbage. Yada,
Apparently,
yada,
they said
Just don't watch trash.
shows.
apparently, like, I apparently had something spoiled for me, which was who the true villain of Volume 5 was. Because some guy at a grocery store, because I was wearing my Ruby shirt, was like, oh yeah, I didn't like how this person ended up becoming the villain, how it became so political.
Who's the one?
I don't know. I forgot who the person
I was
was.
like, who's the villain in 5?
And it's like, oh, I didn't like how it became more political and just boring.
Where
And it was like,
were we at in Volume 5? Because I can't remember if I've
talk
seen...
about Adam.
Is that Adam?
Was that Adam?
oh, that's what it was. He was disappointed in he was disappointed with how horrible they finished that arc.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I have watched that.
5 is
Okay.
I can. It kind of is.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I will say that.
And he also, this person that also runs like, I don't like how political it got. I'm just like, what? Okay.
Yeah, in Volume 5, there's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Just brace yourself.
Sounds like volume.
At least it's not like Episode 1 of Star Wars level of politics.
Ooh, that's bad.
It's not tax law or whatever
Tax
bullshit.
law.
Or Final Fantasy 12.
See, I like 12.
Shout out to Gideon Emery, by the way.
See, I like 12. It's not gonna be my favorite by any stretch, but like 12 was good.
I would say 12 was good. The first time I played it, I almost fell asleep. The cutscenes were not that interesting because it was just politics. And I'm just like...
Also,
what was-
also Vaughn is not a very good character.
Vaughn is the worst.
Am I the only one that actually decently
Vaughn is
liked
the reason
Vaughn?
why-
Because you did that one mission where he goes, I'm Captain Bosch Rosenberg of Dalmasca. Don't believe Ondor's lies.
My favorite
And then
thing.
you actually meet Bosch, and you're just like, well, fuck.
My favorite thing with that line was Rocco from Mega 64 going
Yep.
dressed up as Vaughn, going around
Yep.
San Diego and standing up on tables and shit and saying that
Yep,
line.
I remember that.
That and then when I also think of old Mega 64, I think of the Ico video.
Yep. But
Which
were we on spoiler?
we're gonna talk spoilers about Kingdom Hearts Animal. It's just speaking of Rocco real quick. We had a really funny back and forth because I talked about how garbage I thought
that.
Ico was, and he looked at me. He goes, "Ico's the best game ever made. You shut your whore mouth."
Yep.
I was just like, I mean, we all have opinions, just like we all have wrong opinions. I was like,
I do remember
and I
that.
was just like, cool, awesome. But he was laughing about it at the same time because they play their characters even when you meet them in person. But like, even then, it's just like, no, yeah, he fucking him and Ico is just like Nana with Kingdom Hearts.
I enjoyed Ico though. I know you didn't. I did.
My issues were just gameplay wise, like
Yeah,
that
I know.
game. Like
I know.
the main thing, and I've talked about it many times in the past, is just that game did not age well, in my opinion. You know, it's like I can see where it was revolutionary for the time, but it did not age well. So. But anyway, so speaking of stories that make no goddamn sense, let's have the big spoiler discussion of Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we're gonna go make dinner and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm getting hungry.
Speaking about games that make no sense, you shut your whore mouth.
Alrighty, so Kingdom Hearts 3. So all of us have beaten Kingdom Hearts 3. We've gotten the secret ending, etc., etc. I have some opinions.
You mean when you
No.
never not
When
have
do I
opinions?
when do I never not have
Never
opinions?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Shocked Pikachu.
So
face.
today is pizza day. Oh yeah. So my first question is, and this is gonna be around the horn. We'll start with Mira. Yeah, we'll go Mira, May, then I'll answer. In general, what did you think about Kingdom Hearts 3?
I loved it.
You loved it. May, what did you think of Kingdom Hearts 3?
It was a really good game. I feel like yes, it was worth the wait. I didn't think it was ever gonna come because again, cock teasing us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a really good game. I mean, I did have some issues with the game, but
We'll get into that.
yeah. But otherwise, no, it was. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I'm glad that I just bought it. I wish I had pre-ordered it, but I'm glad I bought it that day it came out. Thank you, Walmart, for coming in clutch.
I would say, in my opinion of the game, it's a good game. I had fun playing it, but there are some fundamental flaws with it, and Kingdom Hearts fans, I know how passionate they can get.
Can't be at this table with you anymore.
I guess we got to break up. Then. Shame.
I'm here with you, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I support you.
Thank you, bro.
Even if you're wrong.
I'm just bracing myself for
That
those
was
kind of comments
unexpected.
about Kingdom Hearts 3. No.
Well, don't you remember we're turning comments off again?
Oh yeah, that's right. Turn it back on real
I'm
fast.
turning them back on really quick.
Just for this Kingdom Hearts.
Anyway, so
It's back on the menu.
It's back on the menu. So, okay, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a good game. Kingdom Hearts 3 feels like it took 13 years to make. it doesn't feel like a letdown. That's how I'm going to say it. It doesn't feel like it's a letdown, but there are still some fundamental flaws. Rob just said Greg is mine now. But anyway, there's still some fundamental flaws with Kingdom Hearts 3.
You gotta come over here to claim him.
There are... Oh, boy. Oh, no, I've been claimed by May already, and then by Mira. And, oh, no. I'm in too
Yeah,
many...
she can have you. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, man. Anyway, so...
You're not gonna fight for me, bro?
No, it's all good. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to go with this. It's like... We'll go with the criticisms part because I want to get the criticisms out of the way and then talk about the stuff that we love. Mira. Criticism-wise, if any, what criticisms or critiques do you have about Kingdom Hearts 3?
The air shot was stupid.
The air shot was stupid.
I hated that so much. It took forever to figure out how to do it correctly.
I remember you yelling at your PS4 at one point because you're like, this is stupid. I don't like doing this.
Because I was sitting there like, I'm all emotional over the opening. I'm like freaking out over the fact that you can pretty much parkour over the wall and shit. And then the air shot section happens and I'm sitting there like...
Then you got out of the moment.
Because it's sitting there like... the tutorial was basically telling you how to do it, but they weren't being too specific
for
on where
Hercules
you're
World,
supposed
right?
to.
Yeah, okay.
The first time you use it.
So she's bouncing from thing to thing or trying to bounce into thing.
I didn't realize you're supposed to aim at where you're eventually ending up. I thought you aimed at the thing you're going to jump to first and then aim at another thing and then until you get to that point. So it took me like 20-30 minutes to figure out what the hell to do with that.
You were so angry.
I was just like, why is this a thing?
Yeah.
But otherwise, it was fine.
You thought everything was
That
fine.
was literally the only thing I got angry over.
May. Criticisms of the game.
I feel like some of the loading screens are way too long. I don't know if it's just me and my PS4 or whatnot, but
No, the
sometimes
loading was
sitting
kind of-
there, I felt like the loading took way too long, and sometimes I'll be on my phone and it's still loading, and I'm like, this is a brand new game. I know for a fact I have plenty of space on my PS4. I know my PS4 is ventilated. There's nothing wrong with it. Why is this taking forever to load?
For me, that wasn't really so much of a deal breaker because I remember in the games, like, there would be cuts to the black screens in between your cutscenes, and then there would be the loading screen to go into battle.
Yeah,
like, this time you don't have a loading screen to start fighting. You just have a little bit, like, in between a cutscene. I'll get that trade-off if it means I'm just, like, instantly in battle and not having to guess when I'm fighting.
I don't know, because, like, when I played the PS2 ones, they didn't feel that long to me. Like, I felt like, oh, okay, you know, this is normal. It's just, I don't know.
See,
maybe,
for me, that was about the same.
And maybe it's because I have played so many games now on the PS4 that the loading doesn't seem to take forever. Like, it's instant.
I
maybe
can agree with that.
Maybe that's why, to me, it felt like long. Because I've played certain games where the loading is just quick, and then it goes straight into the game. And then
loading is so quick.
That's what I felt. I felt like these ones, sometimes it took way too long to load, and I'm like...
The comparison I'll make is in 2, for example. When you're in Hollow Bastion, and Leon is telling you about the Heartless problem that they have down on the ground, there's that cutscene that he's doing, like, explaining everything, right? And he's like,
I just want to talk about
you know, like, we thought we had this all under control, and we do for the most part.
Right.
Except for that black screen. Continuation of cutscene.
Yeah.
Black screen and that black screen cutscene.
But I just, like I said...
I'll take that, like...
Yeah.
I'll take that out completely and put in a long loading screen in between, like, battle and cutscene, as opposed to, like, the whole bit we had in 2. When it would break everything up.
Yeah, I just feel like, because maybe it's because, like, PS2, when I played it, like, a lot of the games, that was the normal.
That was the norm, yeah.
The long loading screen was the norm, so I was so used to it. But like I said, I think it chalks up to the fact of, because I've played so many PS4 games where loading is so fast. Like, even Devil May Cry 5, I'm putting this in, the loading's not that long. It doesn't feel like long as Kingdom Hearts 3, so I don't know if it's just because all the technical graphics of that game,
there might be a lot of
that's why it's taking so long to load. I just felt like sometimes it just took too long to load.
My big thing...
Even in, like, Sims 4 anymore, like, when I load stuff in Sims 4... It's really long.
Yeah, I can understand that's long because there's so much assets like that.
That could be why.
Anyway, what I was going to say was, I think, and this is me, before playing Kingdom Hearts 3, I had just come off of playing, like, the last big game aside from playing
Red Dead.
It was Red Dead. It was aside from playing 14 pre-patch Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne had some loading times too. But Red Dead, everything was seamless, and that's kind of the norm with a lot of these AAA games. It's just the loading, if there ever even is loading, everything's all seamless. Like, it loads the game when you first say continue or start game, but everything's there, and it's like you transition to cutscene and you go there, and like maybe there'll be a fade out into another scene, but it's not a loading screen. I was with you. There were some loading times that I was like, I didn't time it, but it felt like there were some loading times of waiting over 3 minutes just to load, like Kingdom of Corona or something like that.
I think you might be a little exaggerating.
I'm not.
There's at least like 30 seconds to a minute, not 3 minutes.
No, I had some loading times that were
what I'm talking
close
about.
to
Like
3 minutes.
yeah, it's just some of them would take a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like why.
I know they took a while, but 3 minutes.
Yeah, I had some, especially towards the end. I had some excruciating long saves. And
I think I did too. Like as I went on, I'm like, why is this taking forever?
It could also be you have a newer PS4 and our PS4s are older.
Yeah.
And maybe
I was gonna say,
maybe
they weren't
it's
that long for me.
Maybe it's an issue of with the older PS4s because of all the shit it's got to load in.
Especially because mine is back when Destiny first came out.
Yeah,
that's how old that is.
The only reason you got it wasn't even for Destiny; it was for the white PS4.
See, I got mine like I think close to 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, then it's a little bit newer. Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't have.
Yeah. I was saying, I'm not exaggerating that I said there's some.
That's what I was saying. Maybe that's why it's just maybe because my PS4 is just older. There could be many reasons as to why mine is taking forever to load Kingdom Hearts 3. To me, I just felt as long compared to
now that you say that, I'm like,
compared to like DMC 5 or even like Evil Within 2. Like the loading isn't that bad.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take as long. So
I haven't started 2 yet. I need to
still
finish 1.
Whenever you want to go, would I have it?
She has it on.
I have the digital. I need to actually finish the first one before I do the 2.
It's good. The first one.
So what other criticisms do you have for Kingdom Hearts 3?
I don't know if it's just me because I've watched all these movies, but sometimes the voice acting sounded really weird to me. Like, it sounded kind of stiff to me. I don't know if it's just because, like, they're trying to match lift. I don't know. Like, you know me, I'm that weird person that pay attention to voice acting.
I actually have the opposite opinion on that.
I'll
let you go ahead.
I just feel like certain, like, parts in the world, like Corona, like, not to discredit these voice actors, because I know they're talented, or even Big Hero 6, I felt like sometimes it just sounded weird. Or even some of the characters, I'm like, why does this sound weird to me? Like, I'm listening to this intently. Yeah. But then again, like I said, I'm that weird person that listens to voice acting stuff. Like, I listen to how people say certain things. Or, like, I'll watch lip flaps and then I'll watch them. I don't know. It just, to me, I just feel like it sounded weird to me.
The only one that ever sounded weird, and no disrespect to the man, but Zachary Levi sounded weird.
Yeah, that was one big thing to me. Like, I was listening to him and it at first,
you could tell he's not a voice actor. You could tell he's
just a stage actor.
Or the voice acting he has done, he's been able to just act.
Yeah, because because when I was listening to him, at first I was like, is this really Zachary Levi?
And it is,
because I loved him in Tangled. Like, I thought he was a great Flynn Rider, but when I played the game and I'm listening to him, I'm like, why does he sound so weird? Why does this not match?
But for me, when it got to the end, you could tell that there had been progression in him acting. Because when you get to the end of Kingdom Corona, he sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But it's just...
I'm going to chalk it up to some of these movies, like, they probably haven't done it in a bit. Like, I know Tangled, it's been some time since he did that. Same with, like, I know Big Hero 6 is not old. Frozen kind of sounded weird to me, too. I know you don't like Frozen, but that's...
my opinions about Arendelle are going to happen.
It's just... I just felt like Frozen sounded weird. At times, like, Big Hero 6 sounded weird to me.
See, I didn't get the weirdness of Big Hero 6. I thought Big Hero 6 sounded awesome.
Like, at first I was, like, thrown off by Hero because I'm like, is this really Ryan Potter as Hero? It is. Yeah, and you said, I think Wasabi's the only one that didn't come back. But they just...
But his actor and
Carrie.
Carrie is so good.
Yeah, but I just... To me, I don't know. Like I said, it might just be because the game is one thing and then the movies are different. Because I know, like, when you dub a game and you dub a movie, especially for Disney, I know Disney. I don't know how they do it for.
They animate to the actor.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that with the 3D animation. I know back.
I think they do. Yeah.
The 2D animation. I know that was a big thing. Yeah. That's what they did. They animated it towards the actor talking.
When they're acting, and I think, and it's varied for movies, but usually it's in the storyboard to rough animation parts because they're recording it as they're fleshing out the story. Because as they make changes, they'll do things like that.
But yeah, so I know for a fact in movies they do that, but maybe that's why it sounded weird to me, because I know when you dub video games, you do it one way.
Yeah.
Because you have to match lip flaps. That I know for a fact you have to do. In Disney movies, like you said, they animate it towards their talking. So
because for Disney, the native tongue is English.
So they would
that's
animate
why,
to that. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why, to me, it sounded at some point sounded weird.
Oh.
Like, even at some points, I'll admit, even David as Riku sounded funny to me. And I don't know if it's because it's been a while, but I mean, he's been Riku for so long. It just, at times, it sounded weird to me. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it
depends on how busy he was in between.
Yeah, because
it takes a while to get back into it.
I think Sora's the only one that didn't sound weird to me. I was like, oh, Sora's natural. Like,
Haley Joel Osment, I feel like is just Sora,
Yeah,
Jesse sounded good though too.
Jesse McCartney was like, I didn't know how Jesse McCartney was gonna sound. He sounded awesome as Ventus and Roxas.
I will say though, I've noticed like since Birth by Sleep, I don't know if Venice has been in any other game.
I think he's only Birth by Sleep.
I noticed like the difference. Like somebody said this, like I think on TV Tropes, and I agree with it. I could tell after Birth by Sleep when they brought Vanitas back for 3. Haley really nailed down the Vanitas thing, because when
he really proved how versatile of an actor
when he
was.
did Vanitas the first time in Birth by Sleep, it just sounded like a deeper Sora to me, and I was like, okay, I can tell he's trying something with this character. He hasn't gotten it down yet. He hasn't nailed. You know, some actors they don't nail it.
It's rough.
Like the case of Clifford with Bakugo. Like you hear in the first episode, and you hear now, you could tell like in the beginning he was trying something with Bakugo, and then he eventually nailed him later on.
That's a good observation.
That's with Vanitas. I noticed like in this one, Haley really nailed down how he wanted Vanitas to sound.
I remember I made the comment to Mira when I was playing it one night, and Vanitas showed up. I literally looked at her and like,
it was like at the end.
Haley Joel Osment is a fantastic voice actor.
Yeah, like
he's incredible as Vanitas.
Honestly, if I hadn't played Birth by Sleep, I don't think I would have never known that was Haley. Because
I only knew it because you guys had said that he was by Haley Joel Osment.
Robin, he's in the game, but that line isn't said.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did sorry, I lost my train of thought. But yeah,
you're talking about the voice acting.
If I had never played Birth by Sleep, I would have never known that was Haley, because he just sounds so different now. Like for Vanitas, like it's so different from Sora's natural. I mean, Sora's voice,
and it's awesome.
It's different from the way his voice he uses for Sora than his voice for Vanitas. There's a difference, and I really like that, because it shows that he finally was able to nail down something for Vanitas.
That was cool.
Because like I said,
I think what also has helped too is he's very much an adult now.
Yeah,
and can do a legitimate sounding deeper voice.
Because I mean, I know when Birth by Sleep came out, like I mean he was an adult then.
He was an adult, but
I think because
I think it's the difference just with experience.
Yeah, because Sora's this one character, he's like this happy-go-lucky, cheerful boy, and then you have Vanitas, who's fucking emo Sora, as I like to call him. Hot Topic Sora. He's a villain. He's a bad guy.
He's very aware of it. He's like, I'm evil. I choose.
Has there been any movies that Haley Joel Osment has been a bad guy in?
I don't know if bad guy, but I know he's been doing a lot of indie stuff between like Birth by Sleep and now. He's been able to play a lot more mature roles and stuff like that.
So maybe that's what it was, because I know like before, Haley Joel Osment is the boy who saw dead people. We all know that.
Wow, spoiler alert!
I know,
or the kid that was like, pay it forward.
So like I think like because he was stuck in all these roles for so long, that's why at first he sounds really weird as Vanitas, but then Kingdom Hearts 3 he nailed it down finally, because he was like,
he's been able to diversify his
like,
roles.
Okay, I get this character.
He's like, I'm not being typecast anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is awesome. Yeah.
Thank God for subtitles, because I could not understand Donald half the time.
This looks like a good spot to find.
I don't know it. Like, to me, that just shows, because like if you play the first game and you play the third game, I guess it shows that Donald's voice actor, he's getting better at being Donald. But it's also it's really hard to understand Donald without these subtitles. I was like, what is Donald saying?
Thank fuck for Goofy.
I know, I'm like, Goofy. At least I understand you, Goofy.
Yeah, thank God.
Can I say they changed Kyrie's voice actor for the 15th billion time?
Yeah. She sounded great in this game.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was just like, can we not... Is this gonna be like the case of like every time in the game she's always in danger? Are we gonna change our voice actors every single freaking time?
Donald sings Simple and Clean.
No.
But yeah. I thought Quentin Flynn still sounded fantastic as Axel.
I feel like he's at his peak in this game. Yeah. There are some emotional points that Quentin Flynn hits in this game that are just...
Dude, you were crying at the end too.
I was crying when he was realizing he was going to have to fight Xion. Yeah. And then the whole thing when they all reunite. Although I will say the one I was more emotional about was Terra Aqua Ventus.
Yes.
That
made me emotional.
I was laughing a little bit though, just because like I was already crying for the Seesaw Trio, and then all of a sudden I hear you go, "Well, fuck, I'm crying."
Yeah, I was like, "Well, fuck, I'm crying." Yeah. I'll say worst. The performance I did not like at all. Elizabeth in Pirates.
Oh yeah,
that was atrocious.
Her speech when she's supposed
Jax
to.
was really good though.
Jack's voice actor was
so
awesome.
Everything they got for the replacement was a good.
He was awesome, and then Crispin Freeman.
Kudos to Crispin Freeman
for coming back. It was awesome.
Will Turner.
Yo,
shout out to Crispin.
Shout out to Crispin Freeman on that.
Yeah, like Jax was so much better.
Yeah.
That scene with Elizabeth trying to give the motivational speech to the pirates before they fight. And
You're just like, I was like, cut the feed. I'm
just like, this is not inspiring. If it's inspiring me to do anything, it's to rip my hair out. It's so bad.
Yeah.
I cannot get behind that.
I don't want to give
Who
crap
thought
to
that
the
was a good voice match? It's not.
It's more.
Maybe it could have been the case of I saw it. Yeah. I think it really was the case of they couldn't. I don't know. Maybe they just had a hard time finding somebody to match Keira Knightley, so they're like, we're just gonna have to do the best.
They should have gotten Elise Willems at this point. Her joke voice for Keira Knightley's like at least decent.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
Is it at least decent?
But yeah.
Quentin Flynn, though, man.
Yes.
Quentin Flynn knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna meet him, dude.
Yeah, we can see him again.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because we saw. Of course, I don't think we met him, but we saw him at a con, like my first convention I ever went to.
I went to a panel with him.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah, AM Squared.
Yeah, AM Squared. That was my first convention I'd ever went to. He was a guest, and we didn't get to go meet him, but we saw his panel.
Okay, so this is all gonna be new for just me then. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks.
if we end up meeting him, then we'll actually
I've
say
never even seen him.
Well, yeah,
he's a very funny man.
Like he's never been to an event I went to. So I'm just like,
he's a very funny.
You'll enjoy his panel.
He's a delight. I love him a lot. He was cool. But
voice acting at certain points just felt weird to me.
Yeah,
there were some that were really good. So
never bring that actress for Elizabeth back ever.
Cool.
My on the high points, the voice matching for Woody and Buzz.
Oh yeah, that
was so good.
That was like, spot on, and then the voice matching for Sully and Mike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. The caveat though, Randall did not sound like Randall.
Oh yeah.
He sounded good,
but it wasn't.
It's been a while since I've heard what Randall sounds like. So
it's Steve Buscemi.
It's more nasally.
Very nasally.
Randall's nasally.
Okay. Very nasally.
For me, it was
so he played it more straightforward, which I mean, he still sounded good, but like I was the first one that went like, yeah.
If there's one rule you follow, you do not try to voice match Steve Buscemi.
Right.
You just bring Steve Buscemi back.
You put P-pros.
I meant to say pros.
P-pros.
P-pros.
Anyway, I'm trying to be funny.
You're great.
P-pros.
So, other criticisms you have for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm so jelly about Quentin is what Ramona says.
I'm gonna make that a shirt for you now. Pros.
I'm gonna wear a shirt that says cons are bad. You're gonna have a shirt that says pros are good.
Yes. I don't
pros and cons.
I don't think I had any more criticisms other than just loading and voice acting. I think otherwise.
And no Final Fantasy.
Okay, that's another thing. I understand why Nomura took out the Final Fantasy characters.
He felt the story came...
I felt so empty without them.
Yeah, I felt the same.
I felt like I feel like a part of me was missing, like with my childhood. I'm like, where?
All caps.
Like, no, there's no Cloud. There's no Sid. No Yuffie. No Aerith. No Squall.
I especially miss Yuffie.
Yeah, I'm like,
son of a bitch. Why is all caps on?
There's like, they're not here, and I love them, especially in 2. They were so good to me. I felt like it was a little subplot in the story. But they took him out, and all it is it's just a Moogle and a Cactuar, and I'm like, oh, this is it. I'm like, it
felt so empty.
What'll it be, Kupo?
You should buy something. It's all gone to shit, Kupo.
But yeah, that's another criticism I have, is that it took out Final Fantasy.
I quoted that Moogle line when all the shit in a realm of borders. I was like, great googly moogly, it's all gone to shit, Kupo.
But anyway, what are yours?
So,
I'm gonna refill my cup. Shit.
You could have just had me stand up and have you.
I'm just gonna take the difficult way.
In the story.
Can you also pour me some soda?
Oh,
while you
sure.
do that?
Wait till I'm over.
Well, because I wanted you to be quiet. So,
The story was weird.
Kingdom Hearts' story is Metal Gear levels of stupid. Like, not like the base story, the simple story. We're having them.
Having for even 5 minutes would be nice. So Final Fantasy characters.
Oh yeah, but it was like
Romano.
My thing is, there's a lot of things that tie in from other games that are just so fucking stupid. And I love the Metal Gear franchise, but the Metal Gear story is fucking stupid.
Can we all agree that 5 is garbage, though?
Yeah, Baron Rex is the only pseudo representation of.
Can we agree though that Metal Gear Solid 5 is garbage?
We don't talk about Metal Gear Solid.
Or Panda Pain or whatever that name was.
Yeah, that's
that
what
was
it's
garbage.
We don't
too.
talk about that.
But anyway.
That was 5, right?
Yes, so 5 is Phantom Pain, but the $30 80-minute demo, the story is amazing. It is.
It's amazing up to 4. After that, I'm just
even
like,
some of the stuff
no.
for 4. You're like at the end of 4 when like you find out Boss was alive the whole time and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the memes.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just all like, oh my god, you could have just ended it there.
No man, gotta have Big Boss.
Nope.
The memes are good though. Like remember,
we have to eradicate these memes. Eradicate the memes.
Yeah.
Eradicate like the Pokemon?
No, eradicate.
It sounded like you're saying eradicate.
Fortunately, we have Easter. Oh, yeah. Okay, so they wouldn't be able to fly out because
they have Easter Grandma Ferns.
Oh, come on, Romano.
But anyway, so you didn't like the story. Or
So
the story's stupid.
the general,
Lee.
so like the general
Lee, yes.
story, like the simple beats, like you know. Snake is very much dummy thick. Hell yeah.
They fixed his butt in Smash finally.
Oh, is it finally thick again?
Yeah, they showed a picture. They fixed his butt.
God.
They fixed his butt.
So
It wasn't thick.
the general.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you moved the camera.
I'm
No. You're actually you moved it for the better.
Right.
I think we're good. We're good now. We're good.
Hang
My
on.
butt fixed it.
So the base story, I can get behind things like Roxas being in Sora's heart because that's his nobody. The concept of nobodies, that can make sense. But to have a fucking story where at the climax of your story, where you have your villains all together, and I'm sitting here having to pause every 5 minutes and go, wait, why was he split off from that person when they easily just could have been...
We can have it out here, yo.
Anyway.
When I'm sitting here and I'm like, you easily could have just had Xehanort, Xemnas, and Ansem all be different people. You didn't have to make it be like,
No.
first there was Xehanort, and he split into Ansem, and then Ansem, and then there's 2 Xehanorts. And then the whole thing with the 2 Organization 13s.
Okay, that threw me off
fucking
too.
stupid.
Yeah.
I did not like that at all.
That confused me too.
And it's
I
like,
was what?
and it's sad because, and then a complaint about the whole thing with Ventus. It's like you have something strong on its own, which is Ventus is locked away and they can't find him because Aqua is stuck in the darkness. You did not need to add the whole, oh, he locked himself in Sora's heart too because of some bullshit. And the only way he could truly come back is if not only Aqua finds him, but also Sora helps him come back home. It's like, you didn't need that extra layer of complex bullshit.
But then Birth by Sleep wouldn't have happened.
No, but what I'm saying is that, like...
Or it wouldn't have concluded, at least.
No, what do you mean it wouldn't conclude? Because from what has been explained to me, she locked Ventus away.
Because he didn't have a heart. He's just a vessel. I know.
Because the fact
Now I hate it even more now.
Anyway,
oh my god.
Just keep going.
Apologies to our headphone users.
Oh my god. It's like that level of complexity took me out of so many key moments. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and it's sad because like like for the most part, like the stuff that makes sense had effective storytelling and was really emotionally moving and it was great. But like for every moment like that, you have explaining why there's 17 fucking Ansems and Xemnases and Xehanorts
so many
and
Ansems.
who's who and who's what, and then Drake Bell's there at one point,
and
chatting with Ben Diskin, and I'm just like, yeah, I was.
Who turns into Mark Hamill?
Who turns into Mark Hamill?
Yeah.
And I'm just like I literally was just like.
Or wait, it's Drake Bell that turns into Mark Hamill.
Drake Bell turns into Mark Hamill.
Not Ben Diskin.
No.
Ben Niskin eventually at one point ends up being Richard Epcar in one incarnation.
Yeah, that's Ben Niskin, because Drake Bell is Ericus. That turns into Mark Hamill.
Well, Richard Epcar was the original Ansem. The Submit.
In the first game. Yeah.
Submit.
But yeah.
Yes. He is in this game, Rob.
Yeah, he is young Ericus.
He's young Ericus, yeah.
Wrong Ericus.
Master Ericus, young Ericus.
So.
Square, spelled in reverse order. Ericus is square.
It really
Oh my god!
Yeah, I found that.
Holy shit!
Yep. Hang on, I've got the whiteboard.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
she's literally gonna write this down.
You'll see, yep. I learned that years ago.
I'm gonna have a read of it here.
Okay.
Q. No, it isn't. The Q and the U are...
What? I'm saying like you can switch it around and you spell square. I'm not reverse.
You said backwards.
It's an anagram.
You know what yeah, exactly. Yeah. You knew what still, you know what I mean. It's square, y'all, okay? It's like Tom Riddle, Marvel Riddle is actually Voldemort. Remember that in Harry Potter?
It's almost backwards.
I am Voldemort. You remember that bullshit?
Yeah, I remember that
Chamber
bullshit.
of Secrets.
It's almost backwards.
But see what you get though, guys. It's square. Anyway.
But
it's gonna be Always Sunny.
Yeah, basically. But no, so it's like for every effective storytelling.
There's an eraser on the back of the cap.
Yeah, but it smears.
Yeah, but for every effective storytelling I was today years old.
Very effective storytelling.
For every good moment, I will straight up say the general idea of Organization 13 and Nobodies, and the reason why that they're the villains is because they're not supposed to exist, but they want to exist. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Kind of wrapping that whole thing up, that's fine. But splitting it into two Organization 13s, that was really fucking stupid. The whole Xemnas, Xehanort, Ansem, fucking Bob's my uncle at this point. I'm literally just those things really... And then, why...
Dark Riku, though.
So...
There's too many Rikus, I know.
The Riku at Big Hero 6 made me roll my eyes. Because I was literally sitting there, because you the whole reveal of, oh yeah, you're going to have to fight the old Baymax. I'm like... For all intents and purposes, there's a really emotional moment going on right now. I can't get over the fact that this Riku's here when he shouldn't be here. And then when you get at the end of the game, it's like the dark Riku, the darkness within Riku comes out of him and then takes the body away and then gives them a vessel. Do you see why Kingdom Hearts' story can be fucking stupid at times? Yes. And there are moments like that that took me out. And...
To be fair... Would it have made it any more ridiculous if another organization member was in the Big Hero 6 world as opposed to Dark Riku?
I would have taken Demix.
No, you wouldn't have.
Because I just want to have...
That's even more ridiculous.
I just want to have Dance Water Dance on the top of the tallest building in San Francisco. That's all I want.
You wouldn't have had Demix because he was benched. Remember?
I know.
He's just saying, though.
I'm just saying.
You would have rather taken that over Data.
I would take that over, Derp Riku, or Derpku, as I'm going to call him.
I'm just saying, though, you wouldn't have had him because he was benched.
Yeah, regardless. That's what he's saying. He'd rather have Demix over Riku.
Yeah, I would say someone like Demix. Or even the dude with the long blonde hair who turned out to be good. Vexen,
okay,
yeah.
I would have taken Syx,
honestly. Okay, I'll admit, playing that entire scene, I'm like, no, Vexen's evil. I did not trust him. I didn't trust him for a fucking second. So when it turned out he was good, I was like, okay, they just pulled a fast one on me.
They pulled a fast one on you, yeah.
I was not I was bamboozled.
Yeah. I was playing, I was like, this dude is fucking shady.
Yeah,
I was just like, this motherfucker. I am ready to kick his ass.
Prince is evil.
Yeah.
And then he's the one convincing Demix to double cross them, and I'm just sitting there like, this is not the right game.
My favorite thing was finding out that Iendo's voice actor was the original Tuxedo Mask.
That's still a good one.
That's one of my favorite voice actor fun facts. Fucking yeah, #Derpku. But yeah, so it's like there are some stupid storytelling elements in this fucking game.
That sounds like a Pokemon. Derpku.
Derpku, yeah.
We have Mimikyu, we have Pikachu,
and then Derpku. So it's one of the things where there are some stupid things about the story, and then you're already talking about the load times are There, I'm going to address a couple things that people have said are complaints that I don't think are bad things. There's been a big complaint that this game feels like an over-glorified PS2 game, and that it feels like this game was made 7 years ago.
I think that's the point.
I'm going to say this. The game does feel like more of like a game you would play on a PS2, just in the way that the game is presented. I felt, and I still feel, that was a design choice. That was not working with data technology. I felt it was a design choice. It's the way that they told the story. I had no issues with the way that they presented it.
I couldn't even tell, to be honest. It didn't feel like that to
It
me.
felt like the most polished Kingdom Hearts has ever been. Which is why I don't have an issue with it. And then...
I found another complaint I had with the game.
What was your complaint?
The whole... Okay, so in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you do lock-on, when you beat one enemy, your lock-on automatically goes to the next enemy.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about that.
It doesn't do that in here. You have to manually do it. I hated that. I was like...
It fucked me up in some battles, absolutely.
I want ice cream.
Me too.
You should get
Go
some.
get ice cream,
Yeah.
Robert.
But,
I want dinner, too.
people have talked about that. And once we're done with Kingdom Hearts talk, we're going to go eat some dinner.
At this point, we're gonna order pizza.
Okay, yeah, we can do the pasta tomorrow. That's just fine.
Oh, pizza.
But, yeah. So,
Anyway.
basically... people have said that, and I think it's more of a design choice. An example of a game that felt like it was made ages ago was when Duke Nukem Forever came out.
Oh, yeah.
That felt like a game that was made in 2004, and it came out in 2011. This felt like a design choice, and to some people, it was great. To some people, it wasn't that great. That's a matter of opinion. You're good either way.
I feel like it's the people that didn't play the PS2 versions of the games that are like, this is outdated.
Maybe, yeah. It's like the worlds were so expansive and beautiful. That's going to tie into... There's actually... I have a... It was a comment that I made before.
Friday was pizza day, the best day of the week.
Anyway. God, what was the other complaint? There are people that have just said that... there have just been people who have said this game was not worth having to play 13 other games to get. You know one of the people that I'm talking about who had that opinion.
There's...
Oh,
yeah. Those 2 points are him. That's more a matter of opinion. I would say that that whole idea of
There's also people complaining that the game was too short.
the game was too short, the game was too easy. I welcome the game being easier. Just because as someone who needed to blow through a game, I'm glad this wasn't a 130-hour
They pretty much confirmed
game.
they're going to add critical mode at a later date.
Yeah.
It's free DLC.
It's gonna be
so
free
once
DLC,
that comes
yeah.
out, people can play it all they want.
I had no complaints with the game being too easy because...
Honestly, for me, like, it was also really good, too, just because when I played the other games, I usually had to drop it down to the easy setting, just because I'm not good at playing these games. I struggle. Yeah. I love them, but I struggle.
The game did not feel nearly as hard. I will definitely say that. This game felt very manageable, and it was set. We talked about it the last podcast we had, where I said, for Resident Evil 2, which was very difficult but very satisfying when you solve a puzzle, or you're able to figure out efficient ways to defeat enemies, Kingdom Hearts 3 is just consistently fun front to back. And I had no issue with the game being easier.
But I like that too, because I mean, I love JRPGs.
It's
like,
refreshing.
up the wazoo. But even then,
I felt like I didn't have to grind.
Even then, I feel like sometimes like a lot of these games, I don't have much time anymore to like play those games, which sucks.
The older we get, the more we want. Like
the less time we have.
I would say, like 6-7 years ago, I would complain if a game was like 8 hours or less. Mm-hmm. Now I'm just like, if a game's like Devil May Cry is probably going to be like 8 to 10 hours, and I'm so happy for that because I'm just like, it's short, sweet, to the point. I can blow through the game and have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and if I subtract the amount of time I had it on pause because I was doing Uber deliveries, I probably clocked in a good 40 minutes. 40 hours into Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's basically how much I did.
That's a speedrun I want to see.
Yeah, 40 minutes. I would love to see a speedrun of Kingdom Hearts 3.
You know someone's going to do it.
I want to see it at a GDQ event in the future. That would be awesome. People complain that it's too short. People complain that it's too easy. To which the people that say it's too short, there is so much shit you can do in that fucking game. Obviously there's things like the photo missions and getting all the lucky emblems and stuff like that. But then you also have things like I felt like I could easily have blown 30 hours collecting all the gummy ship stuff. Mm-hmm. Or being in Pirates and upgrading your ship, which I did not want to leave Pirates because that was incredible.
Or all the ingredients for
the recipes and getting all the recipes and stuff like that.
And like getting all the stuff to max out all the Keyblades.
Yeah, to get the ultimate Keyblade. It's like there's a lot to do in this game. It's just people who just went front to back on the story. You're like, of course it's going to be 30 to 40 hours because people have been waiting for so long.
We were trying to hurry it real quick.
It's also because that's what it was like in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 back in the day, when we didn't have to wait 13 years for a game. It was really long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Also, we were kids.
Yeah.
That felt like a really long time.
I would be surprised if you replay Kingdom Hearts, like, 2, for example, and you end up only clocking in, like, 40 to 50 hours. Because when you're a kid, you know, you're just like, well, I'm going to go here. Oh, I didn't do something correctly. As an adult, you're like, all right, let's do like we've been playing games for a long time. We know how to kind of go back and do things.
That was how I was with whenever I started going back to play 2. Like, I was just doing pretty much what I needed to do just to advance. But,
so that being said, so like those are some of the things people have like complained about that I don't have issues with. But that leads to my last 2 complaints. Because you would, refresh my memory, you would just mention something that people didn't like.
That the game was too short.
Game was too short. It wasn't that. So the last couple, because there was something else that we were talking about something and another thought came to my head, but it clearly wasn't that important.
Final Fantasy characters?
Well, I'm with May on that. The game does feel kind of hollow without any of the Final Fantasy characters, and we had a discussion as to how the Final Fantasy characters would have been great. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to like have the 15 boys in Twilight Town.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
Ignis cooking.
Yeah, right.
Prompto teaching the selfies.
Yeah. Prompto. I feel like Prompto giving the
training
photo
with
missions.
Gladio and Olympus.
Yeah, training with Gladio and Olympus,
and then
like
Noctis.
Fishing.
Yeah, well, there's like a little fishing mini game.
Where do you do fishing though?
We're just saying.
I
threw out some fucking thing.
No, I say that because like if we were to put fishing in the game, where would we put it?
I don't know.
Pirates? You'd be a pirate.
I'm just saying that because Noctis likes to fish. I was just randomly saying Noctis fishing. I don't know.
I like the idea of Noctis and Prompto helping you with the photo missions and like maybe like giving out the lucky emblems.
Noctis could help you with the little games that you collect.
Oh yeah. Noctis can help you give out the
games.
Yeah, Noctis can help you with the getting of the games. He can tell you like maybe give you clues and stuff for that.
He can maybe teach you with the tutorial for the games or something. That would have been awesome.
I would have loved to have a Final Fantasy character like Older Hope with like Ienzo and them. That would have been fucking awesome.
I miss Hope.
Or even better,
or like Snow helping Sid.
Or Snow helping Sid. Yeah, that would have been cool. You want to know what would have been fucking awesome as well? Is if part of helping you with the gummy ship, if you had like Sid from 14, who helped you with the gummy ship upgrades. Yes. That would have been awesome. Or just fucking Thancred anywhere in the game. It would have been great.
Set Thancred anywhere.
Just Thancred just in Twilight Town sitting
real
with
quick,
Merlin.
Randomly, yesterday on a mission, Thancred called me a darling.
Good!
And I was like, oh!
Good!
He's like, Mary, will you be a darling and destroy this thing for me before it chops my head off?
You're just
and I was like, yes, Thancred, anything for you.
You're like, I'll literally do anything for you.
I will do anything. I'll die for you.
I don't know if Emmerich will take that.
Yeah, I'll say, if Emmerich asks me, I'm like, okay.
Thancred, hell yes! I'm telling Emmerich on you.
It's okay. He won't be thinking about you much longer anyway.
Oh.
Because I'm stealing him.
No, you're not. Anyways.
Different podcast. Podcast.
We'll have the fight for Emmerich next podcast.
We'll have the pay-per-view.
Yeah, the pay-per-view. Yeah, KSI versus Logan Paul. No, fuck that shit. Greg versus May in the quest for Emmerich.
So no Final Fantasy. That's sad.
Final Fantasy characters would have been awesome to have. Like there are ways they could have incorporated it. Would have been great. Like I agree. It kind of feels not complete.
Yeah.
I just wanted a chocobo.
Oh, I have the chocobos.
Little chick.
Oh, little chick chocobo. Imagine like a little chick. Okay, another. That's what it was because we were talking about worlds and stuff like that.
Arendelle.
That's my last complaint because I have a whole write up as how I would fix Arendelle. 100 Acre Wood was very disappointing.
It was very short.
It was very short and disappointing. Like, I know 100 Acre Wood's always been a side thing, but it's still been, like, kind of expansive for what you can do in 100 Acre Wood. This literally, you went there, you did, like, 3 harvesting mini games, and then that was it. I was just like, and it was disappointing for me because it's just like, the art style in 100 Acre Wood was adorable. Seeing everybody was incredible.
I'd watch it.
Right? Like, seeing everybody was incredible. It was like, I missed 100 Acre Wood, and I was disappointed it was so short.
Mm-hmm. See,
I watched it fight.
See, like, the more I think about it, because I loved 100 Acre Wood, and I was sad that it was short, but the more I think about it is, there wasn't really anything too much for you to accomplish by going to 100 Acre Wood. You're checking up on everybody in this game. Because you feel the bond between you, Sora and Pooh weaken, and so you're like, you go to investigate what it is, and you help the other characters in the storybook, and you strengthen your bonds again, and then you leave. You don't have some sort of thing like in 2 where you're gathering the pages to help restore Pooh's memory of everybody in the book.
I felt like that.
I missed it, But, like, thinking more about it, there wasn't really much for you to do story-wise.
I felt like that even in that regard, you could have helped each person in 100 Acre Wood do a quest. And it could have been just expanded.
Yeah, but everyone was helping.
I know, but I'm just saying that you could have just helped everyone with their own little thing to help jog their memory, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, but that was not the case.
That was not the case. So I was disappointed with 100 Acre Wood.
I've come to terms with it at this point.
There are, and this ties into my final one. So most of the worlds did really good at tying in and making their own story for each of the worlds. And Toy Story 1 takes place after Toy Story, I think 1, it seems like.
It takes place after Toy Story 2.
Takes after 2, okay. Mm-hmm. Well, so it takes place after Toy Story 2. Monstropolis takes place after Monsters, Inc.
But not before University.
Well, yeah. But Big Hero 6 takes place after the movie.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm sad they took some stuff out of Tangled, to be honest, but it had to do it for the writing.
It ties into Tangled, Pirates, and Arendelle were the 3 worlds that retold the story.
Well, I know the one about Pirates. I know Nomura purposely did that.
I know that. Well, that being said, Pirates did it the best, and Pirates was one of my favorite worlds.
Yeah,
I was going to say Pirates was still fun.
Yeah,
I would say, but by technicality, Pirates retold the story of 3, which it did.
You lied, Greg. It's already at 2:32. Remember you said it's not going to be a 3-hour podcast.
We're wrapping it up.
I mean, if it's under 3 hours, he didn't lie.
That's true. But yeah. So it was one of those things where Pirates did it really well. Because they tied Sora and the gang so much into the events of Pirates 3, which was awesome. And I like Pirates. Like I said, Pirates is my favorite world. It was so good. I didn't want to leave. It reminded me of playing Assassin's Creed 4. And all the side stuff you could do with the ship and getting all the sea shanties and all that stuff.
And swimming.
It's like all the swimming and stuff. And I love the way they laid out the world. You could visit all the islands, and each island had very different architecture. It wasn't just like cookie cutter different islands. Like every island was thought through and has a little dungeon or something you could do on it. Tangled was more of a straightforward thing.
Retelling.
It was more of a straightforward retelling, but they still kind of incorporated the characters into it. Tangled wasn't Corona wasn't my favorite, but if it did anything, it made me want to watch Tangled again.
Yes,
and it was awesome.
Definitely.
The worst one, and even if I was a fan of Frozen, I would be horribly disappointed. Arendelle is easily the worst world. And Arendelle suffers from some incredibly poor design choices in it. For example, the Ice Labyrinth is bullshit.
I must be the only one that did not have a problem with that
climbing through.
I had issues with everything looking way too similar to each other.
Climbing the mountain multiple times.
Okay, that
just for the sake of plot to get shoved back down the mountain was fucking bullshit. Stupid.
I mean, Sora summed it up perfectly. Man, I could do this 100 more times.
Yeah.
Could you? No.
Sora summed it up for us.
I don't.
So much for Islanders.
I don't even feel like that was Sora. I think that was just Haley Joel Osment. It was just like.
Speaking of.
Yeah, it was just Haley Joel Osment.
It was honestly both of them.
And that was incredible. I felt like throwing the 2 songs in felt.
That was weird.
Forced. I did not it didn't serve okay. They've incorporated Disney songs in the past. The whole Under the Sea thing was that in 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
that was a mini game, and that made sense.
That's what he's saying though. That actually works.
They did that. They incorporated it. Well, it made sense. But then
Atlantica was the musical world, basically.
Yeah. But it's like there was, aside from maybe establishing why there's a castle there was no reason to have Let It Go there. And then there was absolutely no reason part of Do You Want to Build a Snowman needed to be there.
Like I said, it just felt weird to me.
They
started singing. I felt awkward, sitting there. I was like... The first one was. The second one wasn't. But yeah, I just felt weird. I felt awkward sitting there listening to this music. I was like, this doesn't fit.
I literally put in my headphones and just listened to other music as I waited.
That made me angry, though, because I was upset they did that for Frozen, but they didn't do that for Tangled.
Yeah.
She's on the fucking boat. I was like, there was a moment between the two. They had a cute little song, and you didn't add it.
Yeah.
That what made me mad.
Yeah.
I would assume it's probably just because there's actual dialogue going on in their scene.
Well, here's the thing: in the boat,
but not in the movie.
in the movie, in Tangled, a big part of it they're singing. That's like their love song.
That's a love song.
That's
yeah.
how they get closer. Like,
I know. I've seen the shots.
Okay, well, yeah, but regardless. But yeah, that's why I was mad. I'm like, that song is important to that scene because it's showing they're getting closer, like Bonnie, because before, they didn't get along.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a big moment in the movie, but...
But we got the full let it go and do you want to build a snowman? And then the whole thing of finding Olaf's body parts was so tedious and stupid.
I had to look up a guide.
Like the thing is, it's just like as you see, like there were some poor design choices for Arendelle, and I thought about how I would fix Arendelle, and I'm gonna give the short version of it, even though I'm me. Yeah,
even though I'm me.
Yeah, because I'm
bullshitting y'all here.
I know. I go on way too long. What can I say?
It's all a fucking lie.
No, so Arendelle, in my version of it, is not a retelling of Frozen. It takes place after Frozen. Because you could still have the plot point of they're trying to cultivate the new Seven Hearts. And maybe, organization gets there and they taint Elsa's heart again. And the not the palace, but the ice labyrinth, like it brings the cold back and the labyrinth has now been built. And the whole area would be Arendelle / the Ice Labyrinth. And you're trying to find Elsa and break through the Ice Labyrinth. Like, it's super simple, but it still ties in some stuff. You can still make it a little bit of a challenge. It makes more sense because it's like, well, why would things be happening if things were fixed at the end of Frozen? Oh, organization came in and they're trying to cultivate new Seven Hearts and they're trying to taint another heart.
I mean, even then, there was a sequel. I mean, besides the announced sequel to Frozen, but before there was a little mini sequel to Frozen. They made it. It's like the summer one or the spring fest or something. There was that,
but the thing is just like and that's such a simple way to fix it because then you don't have to put in any of the songs from the soundtrack. You can have the Ice Labyrinth and even incorporate parts of the town and stuff like that, or even maybe landmarks from the gate or from the movie. If you want to incorporate some landmarks and stuff like that, and then it's like...
Or we can just have Arendelle itself be frozen.
Or, Arendelle itself be frozen over. Because, that would have been infinitely better. And...
Or can we just have Arendelle be the labyrinth?
Yeah.
Have ice walls around?
That would have been great. And as you solve the labyrinth, you get more access to Arendelle. That would be infinitely better than what we got with Arendelle.
I don't see the point. Why was Hans even in that world?
Yeah, he made no sense.
Well, I mean,
They needed the villain.
I know, but he didn't...
Villain, yeah.
Greg. He
let it go. He's gonna say let it go.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was there towards the very end, like the movie, but otherwise, and then he took Elsa. That was it. I was like, what's the point of Hans being here? I felt like he had no reason to be there if we already had Organization 13.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, thank you.
No, that's how I felt about Hans being there.
Hans made no sense. Having the songs from the soundtrack in there made no sense. Some of the weird design choices, that was not good. And that's not even setting aside the fact that I hate Frozen. I've set aside the fact that I hate Frozen because I feel like I've seen people who... What's up?
Yeah. Oh. Nothing.
She's grabbing something I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway.
You I feel like people that... I've been seeing, people that love Frozen, on the internet be like, yeah, Arendelle was shit. Arendelle was not good. And it's that you're doing a massive disservice to the people who are fans of this. And that's how I would fix it. It would make Arendelle infinitely better. You could tell a new story like you did with the other ones. Would have been great.
Can we disagree that the moments with Sven and Kristoff were super cute?
That was the only good part about Arendelle was Sven and...
Thank you for keeping the carrot safe and not eating it, buddy.
Yeah.
I will say, the other thing I thought was good in Frozen, the only other thing I liked was the overall music actually really bopping.
It's really good.
It was bopping.
Yeah.
I was jamming out to it. I'm like, man, this is some good overworld music. That was the only other thing
San Francisco had one of my favorite.
The only thing that frustrated me is when I didn't know where the boundaries ended, so Hero would always tell me, Hero, you're going off the map. I'm like, yes, Hero.
You might want to stay in downtown.
I'm like, Hero, lost. I know. I have to stay in downtown. Please stop telling me. I know.
You want to know what it's called? Looking at your map.
I did look at my map.
Yeah, but sometimes it's hard to tell when
Yeah,
the districts separate and when you're actually hitting a wall.
Especially because when I'm looking at a guide for these lucky emblem, it says go to this one building, and I try to go to this building, and it's blocked
Yeah.
off, and then Hero tells you, you're going off the wrong way,
Yeah.
Sora!
Yeah,
Or
makes
like
sense.
they tell you where Lucky Emblem is in the wrong district, so you go in the district and nothing on the map
Yeah.
looks the same.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to go in there at night, and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
That made it even harder.
Yeah.
You're just like,
But-
I don't understand what building this is.
Yeah, but like tying into talking getting rid of all the bad the stuff that we had critiques on for the game, like those are my critiques. But that being said, I have way more positive things to say about this game than negative. Number one, Toy Story made me feel so nostalgic and happy.
Hearing
And
You've Got
so
a Friend
wholesome.
in Me. made
That
me
That
was
so
was
happy.
so good. I was just like, oh.
I was like, oh, we're getting off to a good start.
That was awesome. And then the way that they handled Twilight Town and the Twilight Town trio, that was just so cool to see them again. And they all had new voice actors, which was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and which was crazy.
13
Honestly,
years is a long time.
they were close enough to where
They sounded awesome.
It
yeah.
didn't bother me.
There was
It
some.
felt right.
Monstropolis was a fun little labyrinth of doors and stuff to go through.
Got the room with all the doors.
The room with all of the doors, yeah. No, it was just like the game itself was fun to play. The gameplay, that's the best Kingdom Hearts has ever been in gameplay. I mean, even with the critiques of, I wish the walking was a
I
little
wish they
better.
brought back the reaction commands. I wish they had
You
them.
can walk up the fucking walls.
You can walk up the fucking walls.
I just really liked reaction commands in 2.
Reaction commands were great.
That was my favorite part. Anyway.
I thoroughly loved the way that the game played. I had every moment, even when I was frustrated in Arendelle, I was still having fun with the gameplay and everything. And when I had to climb up the mountain the 4th fucking time, the new path that opens up for you to climb up the mountain is awesome. I love how they did that. And then the game was just fun to play. Pence and Oletto. Which one was Pence?
Pence was the
blonde.
heavier. No, that's Hainer.
Oh,
Pence was the heavier one.
Oh yeah, the one with the dog shirt.
Oh yeah, that's
one
great.
with the headband in his hair.
yeah.
I always confuse which one was Hainer and which one was
Yeah, I did
Pence.
too.
Hainer is the tall blonde.
That's the one thing that made me sad. There was no fucking Cypher. I really like Cypher too.
They made mention of him.
I know, but I was like, I want to.
So at least it's not like they forgot
I
about
want
him.
to see
True.
Cypher in too because he's such a jerk. But I like him.
But yeah, my whole thing was
Why no VV though?
I want the Final Fantasy people back. Kingdom Hearts 4, they're all Final Fantasy characters now. No,
I mean, we got Verum Rex.
we got Verum Rex. Yeah, that's very true. No, then my other big thing too was just the whole I love how the game played. The simple story moments, when you see Riku and Dark Riku and they're on the beach, there's the whole meme of, hi, me, how are you doing, me?
Hey, you look good, me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
me. But you had that whole thing, right? But then
He's not wrong.
But you realize that he's looking within himself. Mm-hmm. That was clever. I really like that. The scene with Kairi and Sora sharing the Palpu fruit was such a simple scene, but it was basically, they're canon. But it's that was incredible. Before you have to go find yourself, Haley Joel Osment's voice acting, especially in the Keyblade Graveyard as a whole, was just breathtaking.
Oh
incredible.
yeah, I got shivers down my spine when he yelled screamed because
that scream
you don't expect that from Sora.
Yeah.
Dude,
So I was like,
when I heard that in the trailer, I was sitting there like, why is he screaming? This is not okay.
Yeah.
Sora doesn't scream.
The whole reuniting with having everyone's reunions with each other, Axel being able to reunite with Shion and Roxas. Which I got to see Mira cry for the 100th
Tears
time.
streaming.
oh, and then and finally Issa, they got him back too.
I said
Sykes
Yeah.
at the end.
That was that whole thing.
Got all of them on the tower.
That whole thing, when he was talking to Lee, and it's we were friends, and just they're talking about it, and just the whole it doesn't have to be over thing. I'm just like, holy shit, dude. Mm-hmm. That was
their goodbyes. I was just like,
their goodbye. That was those emotional points were spot on and incredible. Mm-hmm. I say the most emotional one I feel was the Terra Aqua Ventus one. Mm-hmm. And I was like, the family's back together. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I cried at both. No shame.
No shame.
Seesaw Trio a little more, but that's just because.
But yeah, that was awesome seeing that whole thing come together. Oh, I do have one more complaint.
Lee was you.
Lee was okay. I'll get that one. I do have one more complaint. I'm surprised you didn't bring this up, May. They cucked Kyrie yet again.
I mean,
she became a damsel at the end of the game, but they were building her up to be a badass, and then they cucked us hardcore.
I know, but in a way, they were kind of doing that with a little bit with 2 as well, because Kyrie's doing the whole thing of like she's looking for Sora, she's able to summon a Keyblade
she's
now
about to
or
explode.
some shit.
May's about to explode,
and then they fucking like, what is the ending of 2? Sora and Riku fighting Xemnas. Kyrie's not there at that point.
Yeah, but she didn't get taken away.
But I mean, she had a Keyblade in 2 that she was able to use, and you never got to...
But did she get taken away by whichever... Was that
That was Master Xehanort. That was not who voiced him originally in 2 before he died.
Master Xehanort?
Yeah.
That was Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, that was not Leonard Nimoy.
That was not Leonard Nimoy, yeah. Yeah, that was...
I'm just angry about
You're just angry. You're
Dance,
like,
water, dance.
Yeah. But like...
Also, Demix got benched. God damn it.
But, okay, that was played for laughs, and I fucking loved how he's all pissed that he got benched. And
but
then,
he's a coward.
But he's a coward. Like, he's all like, oh, I got benched. I can't do anything. It's like, but you
didn't do anything.
What was one of the main quotes from 2 with him? It's like, you picked the wrong guy for this job, which is true. That's him. So it's like, Demix was fucking hilarious in this game. But yeah, all the story points were great. Like, the basic story points were great. When you go into the expanded story, that's when it gets stupid. But, like, yeah, I fucking enjoyed the game a lot, even with my criticisms of the game. I've been talking a lot, so anything you guys want to say that you loved, and then we'll wrap up this podcast. We'll start with Mira.
Lee was you.
Lee was me. Lee literally was me.
That whole bit when
all
they're
confused,
in Yensid's tower and they're
he's
all
just
having
like, what's going on? I'm like, that's me.
Literally.
That would...
Even before you played, I was sitting there like, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
It's you.
Absolutely. That was definitely me. But anyway, other things that you enjoyed about it before we wrap on up here.
I was just so happy to go back to Twilight Town.
Twilight Town was cool.
The reunions made me bawl. The first time I played it, I was just sitting there like, oh great, here I am crying at like 4 a.m. Greg's sleeping. I can't let him on that I'm crying. But yeah, it was worth the wait.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that. It definitely felt like the game took as long as it needed to be, and it felt like that it...
Also, that secret ending was bomb.
That secret ending was crazy. And also, what I'm going to say, too, is, like... Oh, God, I've lost the words I was going to say with this. Basically, it was along the lines of, like, it felt like it took as long as it did to make, and it didn't feel like it... Even for me, you could tell there was care put into it. So, but anyway, May, any other things that you loved about the game? And well, I'll help you get out your list of every time Riku was on screen.
Or Terra.
Or Terra, yeah.
13 years of wondering if Terra's gonna come back is finally done.
You were almost crying. You were just like...
Yeah, when I beat, like, I think...
Literally.
I beat Terra's story and I beat Ventus. I don't think I ever finished Aqua's, but when I found out that Terra got taken away, I'm like...
That's bullshit.
I'm like, this is bullshit. And then, of course, I have to wait because after that, we don't know what happens to Terra. So all my 13 years of waiting for Terra to be okay has finally been resolved. I'm okay now. Mm-hmm. Riku was playable twice. I feel like that was a blessing for me.
Yes. Playing as Riku was fun.
Aqua was playable once.
That was crazy, too. It was playing as Aqua. That was cool.
No, for me, that was like getting to fight with Roxas and Xion.
That was cool. That was actually really cool.
Fighting with Ventus, I was just like, oh, my babies are home.
That was awesome.
They played the song for Land of Departure. That was a blessing for me because I love that song.
That's awesome.
It's a bop.
It eats a bop. There you go.
They played a version of Roxas's theme when he came back. I was like, good. Christ.
And then if the last big thing that it did for me is it makes me want to go back and play the other games.
Well, she has them.
I know.
I will give it
Except
to
for Dream
not right away because I got a bunch of other games I need to play, but it makes me want to eventually go back and play.
Except for Dream Drop, I do not have that one.
Right, but
I have it on 3DS.
So I think we all agree, even with our criticisms, we loved the game. It was great. So
I mean, I only cried when I got it at the release.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, very true. So. Alrighty, well, that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up now because I got to go use the restroom. This is almost 3 hours, but not full 3 hours. So
Okay,
And I
thanks,
want to
bye.
play games before I have to go to bed.
yeah, play games and get food. So
Okay, thanks,
all right,
bye.
yeah, no, we're not gonna do key things. But thank you guys so much for watching, listening, sticking through with us. We hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed our discussion on these things. If you want us to do more spoiler discussions, let us know in the comments down below. As always, I am Greg. That's been May. That's been Mira. And this has been episode 15 of the HR Office Podcast. We thank you guys so much. And we will catch you guys next time. We'll catch you guys Friday for a new video. And we will catch you guys next time for
And
a
y'all
brand
are
new
fired.
episode.
Get out of my office.
Okay, well,
Pizza
I guess
day. Okay, thanks, bye.
pizza day, y'all
Get out.
fired. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we're really, they're all fired. Oh boy.